help you fall in love with a new car. So if your old rides left you brokenhearted, kiss it goodbye. Used cars from just $89 per month. New cars from just $189 per month. So get here quick. I'm RC Hill, your car dealer next door. Central Florida's first choice for new Mitsubishis. Visit me at rchill.com. That's rchill.com.
Credit requires bank approval. See rchill.com for details. Offer absolutely ends February 29, 2024.
Elevate the look of your home, all while saving money on your utility bills with new windows from Renewal by Andersen. All their windows are custom made. So let's say you want some chic black frames on your windows. But they're not HOA approved. That's not a problem with Renewal by Andersen because every single window is custom built. So that means the outside of your home can be HOA approved and inside can be approved by you, meeting your decor and design needs for your home. And if you have an historic home, Renewal by Andersen can accommodate you too and are able to match your color and style. Nothing is off the shelf because, again, every single window is custom built. Renewal by Andersen has a great offer to help you get started. Now through the month of February, buy 4 windows and or patio doors and get the 5th free. Plus, no money down, no payments, and no interest for 18 months. Some restrictions apply. Official partner of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Go to rbafla.com for complete details. License number CGC 1527613.
Hey, homeowners, Russ Rollins here to talk to you about something serious. Your power bill. Last summer was tough, but this year could be even worse. So don't wait until the last minute to get protection and savings from solar power and backup power. Solar Source has a new pay-as-you-go solar package that lets you start with an affordable base system and add solar panels over time. Plus, their pay-as-you-go battery backup is awesome, and it lets you add critical backup power as you go. Schedule a free consultation at solarsource.com/monsters. Get ready for a stress-free summer.
Did you know that your largest investment asset might not be your retirement account or home? I'm Jay Jackson, CEO of Abacus Life. Most people don't realize that their life insurance policy is actually an asset they can sell. But for almost 20 years, Abacus has been purchasing life insurance policies from seniors just like you. We've even created a free policy value calculator at abacuspays.com so you can find out in seconds what we might pay for your policy. There are no fees and no obligations, just information. Knowing the value of your life insurance policy is as important as knowing the value of your home, your equity portfolio, or your finances in total. Discover the valuable information you need to understand the current market value for your life insurance, and then get real value from your life insurance when you need it with Abacus. Visit abacuspays.com to learn more and use our free policy value calculator today.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because your case matters. Contact them at whenyounitus.com or dial #546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Someone's going to get offended. It's just the way the world works. So to hopefully save everyone a little time and or energy, here's this. The opinions that you hear are those of the host and callers, and not those of iHeartMedia, its management, or advertisers. The News Junkie is on. The 3 best friends you never knew you had, running through the most viral stories of the day. The News Junkie Sean Wasson with Sabrina and C-Lane.
It is Tuesday, February 20th, 2024. Lots to get to today. From Has Someone Been Spying on Me? To a 35-foot mystery monster appears, and Trump's daily legal fines are absolutely insane. Plus your calls, dispatches, emails, texts, and more. Hey there, Sabrina.
Hey there.
Sean. Hello, C-Lane.
What's going on?
What?
And hello to you. You can join us on the show today. All you have to do is send us a dispatch. Go to thenewsjunkie.com. Hit record on your first dispatch today. You can also watch the show on YouTube and twitch.tv/thenewsjunkie. Your message is rolling right into the studio in real time, and it is, friends, a Share the Show Tuesday. Yes, that's right. You share the show on a lovely day like this. Not hard to do. Just tell somebody about the News Junkie radio show. Send a link to the podcast. Hit that that like button over on the stream right now, please. All right, high energy on the show today. The show Tuesday. Not bad. Yeah, there
Better
we go.
than that alien noise or underwater. I still haven't figured out.
I lost it.
Settled on what that actually was, but
Yeah, it wasn't the most useful feature for the technology that we
the
have.
title made it sound cool, but then it was just aliens.
Oh boy! All right, how you guys doing on a Tuesday?
Good, ready to party, my friend.
good.
How are you?
Yeah, good. Hanging in there. Back to the thing where during the week, not drinking at night, and it's still difficult to go to sleep. I had 2 melatonin last night.
Whoa!
And it takes me a while. Courtney made a huge mistake. She took her 2 melatonin too early. Because she was
At
worried
like a
about
light?
being tired. Yeah, she took it at like 10 o'clock. So it's like 11:15, and I'm watching a movie, and she's sprawled out on the couch, and I'm like, "You're tired." No, I'm fine. I made a mistake. I'm fine. I'm like, "No, come on, let's go lay down. I'll watch a YouTube video or something."
I need you to big spoon me.
And just trying my best to get to sleep. I'm going to do my best to, like, almost every day, probably 4 weekdays out of the week, not drink. And then just put all the drinking on weekends and secret shows days.
Yeah. See, the
Weekend
thing
warrior.
is, with Just Okay 8 coming up, I would love to say the same thing. And then we go through all the things that we have to do, especially in the last couple weeks. Get your tickets now, Just Okay, by going to realradio.fm/justokay. And it makes you want to drink as soon as that sun goes down.
Yeah, it's tough. But I feel like, here's one thing,
as soon
guys.
as the sun goes down.
Maybe even before, if you ask me.
Sun's going down like 6:15 these days. It's just, yeah, here we go.
I've seen the sun go down before the next episode.
All right. It's going to be that day. Okay. No problem.
Little secret between the three of us gals here. I do have a doctor's appointment coming up right before Just Okay. So I'm kind of like, maybe.
Oh, so like all your blood work is
Yeah.
before the St. Patrick's Day weekend?
The dream scenario is those triglycerides, they just come way down, and the doctor's like, you are in good shape right now. So who knows? But those are the hopes there.
Ooh, let's do the big reveal at Just Okay. Don't
My triglycerides?
ask for the results. We'll read them out loud at the event.
I'll log into your portal.
All right, here we go. Let's put our ears to the ground, our fingers on the pulse. Let's see what's happening in this great big wide world of ours. And are you two ready to play a game?
Yeah.
All right. For this clip is it real or is it fake?
Is it real or is it fake? Yeah. Waiting for my game show bed.
Working song, working title, working everything. But I've been talking about this more on the show as of late. And this is, everybody gets mad, everybody gets outraged, everybody goes, I can't believe this new generation. And I say, you idiots, half of these things are fake. But is this viral clip today fake? We have a young woman who is being confronted by her boyfriend about cheating on him. And she's got her little pooch in her hand.
Oh.
And
A dog, you mean?
Yes. And she is explaining why it's not her fault that she cheated on him. So is it real or is it fake? Here we
I already
go.
think fake.
Did you cheat on me?
I was ovulated.
First of all, the dog.
The dog is adorable. He's the star of the show, this little guy. Is a little white. Is that a Pomeranian? Am I right to suggest that might be a Pomeranian?
Yeah, maybe
the best I can
Pomeranian
do.
Chihuahua mix.
It's a little guy, a little fuzzy guy. And she says, it's not my fault I was cheating. I was ovulating.
I was ovulating. You don't know women. You haven't grown up with women.
Fake.
My body, I was just listening to my body. We are chemically
Fake.
created. I have this chemical
Not buying
thing
it?
in me where I have to reproduce. My body, I was just listening to my body. You know, I was at the club. There was a man there, cute. A couple drinks in, I was like, my body was like,
That's my baby daddy.
reproduce.
What are you talking? So you're blaming science?
Did her
for
body
you
just
cheating?
chant reproduce?
She did. Reproduce. She says she was in the club, but she could not help herself because biology, and it's like saying reproduce. And she went back home with this dude and had sex with him. And it's not her fault that some cheating went on here.
Yeah. So, I mean, as someone who has ovaries, as a female, I will say that there is something to the ovulation stage, making, for the most part, women a little bit more randy. All right?
Sure,
a little bit
yeah, I've
more
heard this.
aroused, horny, ready to, I guess, make babies. And not to the point of where you're in the club and you have to bang that one dude.
No, not necessarily, but she's saying that's the case for her. Decon on YouTube.
If I'm the guy, I could argue that if it's so hard for you to not have sex because of your ovulation, you could just, come over and bang me.
True. I am here at your service. Decon on YouTube says, I've seen better acting on Pornhub, and I'm with you.
That's true.
This is as fake can be, and nobody understands that all these people are just churning out fake equipment. More about this in a second.
I have no control.
Okay, yeah, you didn't have to go home with them.
You obviously don't understand what it's like being a woman. Like, my body is chemically built so that I have to reproduce, and I was just listening to my body while I was ovulating.
I was just listening to my body while I was ovulating. He goes on to say, well, I cheated on you too. And she said, how dare you? She said, you weren't ovulating. It's not the same thing. I have to do this. This is so fake. It's so clearly, obviously fake. But it's funny to me how many people...
I thought it was fake before you press play.
And
there's something about it. It just looked like it's a stage.
She's sitting like crisscross applesauce on the bed. The dog is like perfectly posed.
Even
her
the dog
voice
was in on it.
There's no emotion at all in her voice as they're talking. Like, you can tell what is unscripted and what is scripted if you have a brain. But so many people do not have a brain. They don't have a brain, and they look at these videos and they go, you see, this is what's wrong with the youth today. This is what's wrong with this young generation. They're all like this. They think it's okay to cheat on each other because of their biological clocks or what. This stuff is just piling up. There's an outfit that does these videos, and they have all these sets. They have a classroom set. They have an inside of an airplane set. I don't know if you've seen this, but like they stage fake fights on a plane, and you look at it and you see seats, you see windows, you see a bathroom, but it's a set. It's a little piece of a plane. They go in there and they film some viral videos where there's like a plane freak out. Somebody punches somebody else, somebody slaps somebody, and they put it online, and everybody goes, I can't believe this is what society has come to.
And they got a 6-figure check.
They get money. It goes viral, right? It like spreads out all over online because people are offering their takes on it. And here's what I think. Here's what I think.
Twitter, y'all see that?
All of these stupid things. And it's just so infuriating that it fools so many people. Danielle on YouTube says she's a TikToker. Well, that does not surprise me. She does skits like this all the time. Why wouldn't you?
Do better at your skits then.
What? No, but it's working. That's got hundreds of thousands of views on it on one clip alone on not even her official account. So it's like, this just works because everybody's so dumb.
It can't be. I mean, not everyone's. It's just they process things differently. Now, I feel like a little bit of a hypocrite, Sean. I mean, we are working in an industry in which they thrive on the fakeness of stuff like this. There have been, quote unquote fights in the past that you and I have had where we knew that we were just drumming up some great radio. Now, there were very funny parts about it. This just seems a little bit more deceptive, and it has like an umbrella effect on some people. Now you have some dumbasses who are like, ovulation means cheaters. I'm going to hold that over you forever.
You see, boys, women can't be stopped. It's no use trying to even tame them. There's a lot of like young dudes who are dumb, and they watch these videos, and it reinforces their belief that why even try to get a girlfriend in 2024? Because this is how women are. And it's like, this is not how women are. Just for the record, I think like 95% of the time we've had a fight on this show, it's been like 100% real, I think. I just wanted to say.
All right,
for
but
the
there
record.
have been other times that we haven't.
Maybe.
All right. Oh, it's going to be a day.
Why is it going to be a day? I'm just being real about things.
I get it. Yeah, for sure. But I'm just trying to relate to the story.
See, folks, this is real. You see, like, it's real. She's getting a little bit upset. There's a little bit of simmering tension.
Not the time, man. For sure.
This is how it really goes across if things are actually happening. That lady was like the worst actress I think I've ever heard in my entire life. But you got to be a little bit smarter about this, all right? Just a little bit smarter. Take it all in and think. First question you ask yourself, is this real or is this fake? And use your brain a little bit more. Okay, when we come back, we're going to talk to Sabrina about something that she has been watching that is popping up all over the place today. And has somebody been spying on me? We'll get into this. Something's happening here, and it's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Now that you can have people over again,
why is your remote sticky?
tell your smart speaker to play Real Radio 104.1 on iHeartRadio.
2 left lanes are blocked on I-4 westbound approaching County Road 46A. Traffic is backed up to mile marker 103. There's an accident on McCoy Road causing delays westbound west of the beach line and before Orange Avenue. And authorities are clearing up an accident on Magnolia Homes Road southbound near Edgewater Drive. If you see any traffic troubles, please call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Amtrak. Visit new and exciting places across the U.S. on Amtrak. It isn't just about the destination, it's about the journey. Without busy airports or cramped car rides, with no middle seats, extra legroom, and first-class private rooms. New adventures are just an Amtrak away. Book now at Amtrak.com.
The following is a promotion of Guarantee Media and not iHeartMedia or this station. Attention! Our friends from Guarantee Media are giving away a 5-day Caribbean cruise with all meals and entertainment included for only $99 to the first 50 listeners to tell me the name of a country without the letter A in its name. You know it? A country that doesn't have the letter A on its name, and you'll go on a cruise to the Caribbean. Text your answer to 96551, and you'll get a 5-day Caribbean cruise with all meals and entertainment included. You heard right. Be one of the first 50 to text the name of a country without the letter A in its name, and you'll go on a 5-day cruise. Text your answer to 96551. That's 96551. Be one of the first 50 listeners to tell me a country without the letter A in its name and get a 5-day Caribbean cruise with all meals included for only $99. Text your answer to 96551. Text a country without the letter A in its name to 96551. This is not a contest. It is a paid advertising by Guarantee Media with the purpose of soliciting sales on vacation ownership and is not affiliated with iHeartMedia. Some terms and conditions apply.
Are you a victim of the timeshare trap and think there's no way out? I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, the original timeshare cancellation expert, and I'm here to tell you that there is a way out. All you need to do is give my office a call. I will send you a timeshare exit information kit absolutely free, explaining how the timeshare industry works and your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free info kit. 800-522-5700. 800-522-5700.
I have diabetes. I'm at risk for pneumococcal pneumonia.
I have asthma. I'm at risk too.
If you're 19 or older with chronic conditions like asthma, diabetes, COPD, or heart disease, or are 65 or older, you are at increased risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Ask your doctor or pharmacist about Prevnar 20, pneumococcal 20-valent conjugate vaccine, a Pfizer vaccine that can help protect you against pneumococcal pneumonia in just one dose. Even if you've already been vaccinated with other pneumonia vaccines, Prevnar 20 may help provide added protection. Prevnar 20 is approved for adults to help prevent infections from 20 strains of the bacteria that cause pneumococcal pneumonia. Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you've had a severe allergic reaction to the vaccine or its ingredients. Adults with weakened immune systems may have a lower response to the vaccine. Side effects include pain and swelling at the injection site, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138 or visit Prevnar20.com.
Victim of a slip and fall? It takes one phone call to take back control of your life. Anajar and Levine will fight to get you the compensation you deserve. Call me, Mark Anajar, for a free consultation. 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
In Office Orlando.
I have diabetes. I'm at risk for pneumococcal pneumonia.
I have asthma. I'm at risk too.
If you're 19 or older with chronic conditions like asthma, diabetes, COPD, or heart disease, or are 65 or older, you are at increased risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Ask your doctor or pharmacist about Prevnar 20, pneumococcal 20-valent conjugate vaccine, a Pfizer vaccine that can help protect you against pneumococcal pneumonia in just one dose. Even if you've already been vaccinated with other pneumonia vaccines, Prevnar 20 may help provide added protection. Prevnar 20 is approved for adults to help prevent infections from 20 strains of the bacteria that cause pneumococcal pneumonia. Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you've had a severe allergic reaction to the vaccine or its ingredients. Adults with weakened immune systems may have a lower response to the vaccine. Side effects include pain and swelling at the injection site, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138 or visit Prevnar20.com.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment changeouts and upgrades right now with up to $1,275 in rebates. Visit millsair.com.
By texting 64,000, you agree to receive recurring automated marketing messages from Real Success. Message and data rates may apply. No purchase required. Terms apply. Available at ourrealsuccess.com.
Do you want to learn how to make money flipping houses and acquiring rental properties right here in Orlando? We're offering a handful of motivated individuals the opportunity to attend our workshop right here in Orlando for free. That's right. We'll give you 2 free tickets when you text EARN to 64,000. Orlando's the perfect market to flip houses and build rental income. Discover the simple steps developed by Joe Arias, one of real estate's greatest rags to riches stories. You'll learn to flip properties and secure rental properties without using your own money and in your spare time. Don't miss this opportunity. Come to a complimentary live 2-hour workshop next week right here in Orlando and learn how to start making money flipping homes and building long-term wealth with rental properties. To get 2 free tickets, text EARN to 64,000. Text in the next 10 minutes, and registrants will also receive a free copy of our Funding for Deals guide. Text EARN to 64,000 for 2 complimentary tickets. Text EARN to 64,000.
When you enter a place of business, you're owed a legal duty that the place of business is safe for you to shop in. I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. If you suffered an injury at a place of business, our duty is to protect you after that harm. Morgan & Morgan, for the people.com.
Pucker up, Central Florida. RC Hill here from RC Hill Mitsubishi. This month, I'm on a mission to help you fall in love with a new car. So if your old rides left you brokenhearted, kiss it goodbye. Used cars from just $89 per month. New cars from just $189 per month. So get here quick. I'm RC Hill, your car dealer next door. Central Florida's first choice for new Mitsubishis. Visit me at rchill.com. That's rchill.com.
Credit requires bank approval. See rchill.com for details. Offer absolutely ends February 29, 2024.
The free iHeartRadio app has over 100 commercial-free stations waiting for you to explore right now, like the Beatles Now and Then, celebrating all things Beatles. Legendary clips, deep cuts, live performance.
Filling you in on the shocking details. Just try not to pass out.
Just a moment, but I guess, I don't know if it was last night or if it was very, very recently. It was the finale of this show that I believe Sabrina is the only one watching, which is True Detective Night Country.
Oh, yeah.
And I watched the first, is this season 4 of True Detective? I'm not sure.
3, I believe. I have not seen any True Detectives. This will be my first season ever.
All right. I don't know.
I started the first one, but then I've just been in Night Country.
No, this is 4. This is season 4 of the show. And I don't know who was on what. I've seen them. Like, I've seen 1, 2, and 3. But each time it was like a little bit different of a season. I wouldn't compare it to American Horror Story, where everybody changes and the whole story changes. But it changes a little bit each season on the show.
But from what I understand, there's a tie-in with this latest season with the first season.
I guess so. I haven't seen any of this, right? So I'm coming at this from a completely different angle here.
Would you say that, like, it's not completely different like American Horror Story, but how about like a White Lotus situation where there was like one character who was the same?
Yeah.
And then it's based in the same universe, but there were a bunch of different people.
Yeah, I would definitely suggest that sounds much more like what the True Detective universe is. And it was pretty highly regarded in the first 3 seasons. And then I guess they changed the show creator. He's not on the program any longer. And they changed it up pretty big in this last season.
And was it last night that was the finale?
Sunday night.
Sunday?
Now, careful with the spoilers because your girl fell asleep for some
you didn't see
reason.
it.
So
Okay.
I'm halfway through, and my lovely girlfriend is on a work trip right now, and I have been sworn with all of the things inside of me to not watch it until she gets back. So I don't know the ending of it.
I'm not going to spoil it for you, even though I've read about what's happening in it. That part doesn't matter as much. It's just that after this last episode, and in fact, for the whole season, there's been a lot of people saying that it is really bad. Does that line up with what you've seen of the season before the finale, or no?
No, I've loved every second of it. Now, the first episode, I remember when the season started, like it started getting that, what is it, hate bombed or something like that, or hate review?
Review bombed.
Review bombed, there we go. And I think maybe because it was so different from that first season, but I have been absolutely addicted to it. Now, episode 1, a little confusing, but once you get into it, like, it blows your mind, and especially the last couple episodes. Like, it's all I could talk about with anybody who is familiar with it.
Well, I think what may have happened here, and I don't know if this is the case or not, but some people are comparing it to Lost, and I remember I was very, very angry at Courtney for bringing me into the world of Lost, and she was like, "Oh, this is great," and I started watching. I was like, "You are right, this is great," but then Lost got lost itself, and they just started like throwing everything at the wall to see what sticks.
Smoke monster.
Yeah, smoke monsters and polar bears and all these things would pop up, and you go, wait, do you guys know what you're doing, or are you just winging this?
I never watched Lost, but I think that a lot of people drew comparisons because Ashley and I were big into Manifest. And Manifest had a lot of like paranormal, not easy to describe, government conspiracy. Like there was all kinds of things that they were just like, did you guys have a clear path?
Yeah, did you know? Or are you just making this up as you go along?
We didn't think it'd get this far. I don't know, man.
Yeah, nobody has any plan from here. Honestly, that seems like what it's been like. And the weirdest thing about this, to go back to the True Detective Night Country show that Sabrina's been watching, the guy who's the creator, Nick Pizzolatto is his name.
That's a name.
All right? And Nick Pizzolatto is on Instagram, and he's sharing all of these people's posts who are crapping all over the new season.
Well, good for him.
And so, he's fanning the flames because he's not involved anymore, and people hated it. And he's like, look at that. Here's another one. Here's another. And he's just crapping on the new season. Like, here's an example in front of me here. It's his Instagram account, and he reposts or whatever on his story. It says, just want to send love to Nick Pizzolatto. I can only imagine how it feels to have his all-time classic dialogue butchered and misappropriated like it was last night. In the interview where she says they exist in the same universe, no, they do not. This is like one of the stars being interviewed, I think. Last night's finale was some of the sloppiest writing I've ever watched. So insulting, calling it True Detective.
Someone
and beyond,
sounds a little butthurt.
Disrespectful, invoking time as a flat circle. Rewatching season 1, I feel this may be blasphemy, and it may be due to 20 or more years of rewatches, but it hits me harder than Twin Peaks now.
Okay, somebody, has a whole life involved.
Built around this?
Built around television. It seems to be harder than Twin Peaks right now, guys. I'm having another Twin Peaks moment.
You couldn't compare it to like another human experience. It's got to be another TV show experience.
Like, oh my gosh, it's Better Call Saul all over again.
He said, season 1, episode 1 is perfect. Every beat, it's mind-blowing how loaded it is. Every decision had the entire show's central idea in it. The layering in these scenes, the subtext in the dialogue that you only know later. Wow. Unlike 99% of TV, they were not making this up as they went along. The entire idea was in every shot. I'm so thankful. I bow, this person says. Cleansing my palate now with a full rewatch, but just crapping on the new season. And it wasn't the only one that he did. There's here's other examples of him posting this. It says, you had Jodie Foster, a naturally threatening atmosphere, and access to Nick, McConaughey, Harrelson, and you still couldn't stick the landing or maintain suspense without a cheap reliance on jump scares. And just going further and further into this whole thing sucks. So first things first, that doesn't line up with you. You don't think, at least so far what you've seen, that the new season of this show sucked this bad.
No, I absolutely loved it. I've watched a lot of sucky shows.
True.
This does not fall under that for me personally.
Night Country Rotten Tomatoes. Let's see how it's doing over in the Rotten Tomatoes world, just for the hell of it, and see if that lines up with some of this feedback. Reviewers on Rotten Tomatoes, 92%, but they're fairly useless cretins. The audience score is a 61% with over 2,500 ratings. So that's way enough ratings to give it some credibility. And it's kind of weird. It's kind of weird how people, me especially, how you view Rotten Tomatoes scores. Because if they were taking a test, a 61% would be a failure, yes? Like, it would be like, oh my God, I got a 61.
Yeah.
But 61 on Rotten Tomatoes doesn't seem the same. 61% seems like if it's over 50, it seems like it's on the better side. I don't know how the scoring really lines up.
Does it say how many people?
2,500 plus ratings in the audience score. So that's enough people to make it sort of legit. 61%. But it seems that folks are really divided on whether or not this was a disaster. And I don't know, maybe we'll see something change with the last episode, which has a lot of people reacting. Do not spoil it, but if you know what we're talking about here, give us a dispatch. Go to thenewsjunkie.com and record yours right now. Give everybody else some time to catch up with that. Meanwhile, is somebody spying on me? There is a story. Let me tell you a little something about myself, all right? Got security cameras all around the house, and all the footage of the perimeter of the house is very well covered. And then one camera inside the house, all right? And I know that I've bitched and screamed. And
technically, you have more than one camera inside the house.
Oh, technically in the studio, I have very many cameras inside the house.
Quite a few, yeah.
Yeah, that's true. But I mean, in the main portion of the house, there's only one camera because inside cameras seem a little creepy and weird to me. And other than the studio, I don't necessarily want to be involved in that. But we have one which is trained on Lady's bed for when we're not here. We can see Lady Dog laying down, or if she's like getting into some trouble, we can see her in her room.
Is it one that you can talk to her through?
Yes.
Who's a good girl?
But I've never done it because I feel bad about it.
Yeah, I feel
bad.
like they're more confused than anything.
Yeah, she won't understand, I don't think, so we don't do it, and we just let her sit there. But we've been away from the house one time, and there was a tornado ripping through the neighborhood, and we are sitting there watching. We were at Van Barry's at the time, and that's where I videotaped the tornado, and it started going through like different areas around here, and we lost sight of it, and I go, and so we bring up the camera, and you see a little lady laying in the bed, and I'm like, is she about to get smashed by a tornado here? I don't know if it's better or worse to be able to tune in to see that. Obviously, that didn't happen. But when you watch this stuff, I'm like, all right, that's the one thing I'm okay with. However, it's still a camera in my house. And it's not like a fancy camera like some of the other ones that I have. It's a camera by a brand called Wyze. Which
I think I have a couple of those.
Oh, no.
They're not bad. They're like...
I have Wyze.
They're well made, and it works well. Like, for what it does, it works very well. But they're not super expensive or anything. And
I have I think I have Wyze somewhere, but I have a Blink too.
Oh, great! All of us have Wyze.
No, you know what? I take back what I said. I have Wyze air purifier.
Okay,
so
WYZE.
I have are Casa.
All right, I don't know if that's included in this. I think it's just Wyze, WYZE, and it says Wyze problems or Wyze's problems with letting its security camera customers briefly see into other customer homes is a lot worse than we thought. Initially, the co-founder of Wyze, David Crosby, said that 14 people were able to see in a stranger's home because they were shown the footage from somebody else's Wyze camera. Now they said, turns out it wasn't 14 people. It was over 13,000 people.
That's such a big difference in numbers.
That is a big jump. That's a bit of a jump right there. 1,000%.
That's a typo at best.
14,000.
Zeros.
13,000. I got an email about this from the Wyze people, I think yesterday or something. The revelation came from an email sent to customers entitled An Important Security Message from Wyze. Don't take this yet, but let me actually bring this up. An important security. All right, I should be able to bring this up in just a second. And they sent this to me, and I looked at it, and I go, oh, this seems bad. Here's the email right here. Okay, it says...
Are we ready? Are we good?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, it says, Wise friends, on Friday morning, we had a service outage that led to a security incident. Your account and over 99.75% of all Wise accounts were not affected.
Oh, my God.
Okay.
If you're at 0.25%, are your cameras just unplugged?
That
might be me. That might be me.
It could be. See if you got this email if you have one of them.
I haven't even set up the account.
The outage originated from our partner AWS. That's Amazon Web Services. They said it took down Wise devices for several hours early Friday morning. If you tried to view live cameras or events during that time, you likely weren't able to. We're very sorry for the frustration and confusion this caused. As we worked to bring our cameras back online, we experienced a security issue. Some users reported seeing the wrong thumbnails in event videos in their Events tab. We immediately removed access to the Events tab and started an investigation. Basically, their cameras were coming back online, and they were clicking on their cameras in the app, and they were seeing other people's cameras. They were seeing footage from other people's homes and not theirs. And that's obviously not good. They said, we can now confirm that as cameras were coming back online, about 13,000 Wise users received thumbnails from cameras that were not their own, and 1,504 users tapped on them. Most taps enlarge the thumbnail, but in some cases, an event video is able to be viewed. So you're watching in somebody else's house. All affected users have been notified. Your account was not one of the accounts affected, they said. So they're saying, you're in the clear, Sean. You're all good. We swear nobody saw your stuff.
Take your word for it, for sure.
I mean,
what email would love to see that they sent to the, that small percentage who did get hacked? Like, our bad, bro.
Yeah.
Sorry.
You get free Wise for life. Here's your coupon code. They said they're trying to make this like it's not that big of a deal. But they also went from 14 to 13, maybe even 15,000 based on that email, people who were affected by this. And that's our big fear, isn't it? Our big fear is that we're going to have cameras in our house or around our house, and that because they're connected to the internet and not internally on a network, people are going to be able to access them and see inside our houses. And this is not far-fetched. I'll have you know, when we first started doing this show, do you guys remember when we found the website that had all the unsecured webcams?
Yep.
Okay. We found this website, and it showed us all these unsecured webcams.
I think whether there was a website that pulled them all in or not, there was like a Google search for a while that you could put in, and it would like filter out everything that wasn't a certain type of URL, and the URL was for cameras that required no password to look at. They were just webcams that were on and sending images to the internet.
That's what it was. It was a Google search that we could do to see these unsecured security cameras. And then C-Lane was like looking around the security footage.
And we called somebody.
And we called one of the people, and we're like, hey, you wearing this color shirt? You doing this? And they're like, what the hell?
Okay, I wasn't that creepy about it.
we told them we were looking at you right
like now. Oatmeal.
We could see you. We're watching what you're doing right now because your camera is unsecured. And obviously that freaks people out. That's a huge, huge, frightening thing to consider. But I think this is way more common than
for sure.
people think. Like,
it's just that amount of people that got hacked. They have to say something about it.
If they could get away with not saying it, they would not tell you. They would not say a word about this. And I think that if you have a camera, doorbell, or otherwise on your house, you should always be as aware as you can about what that means and the likelihood that other people are potentially able to access that. I think it's a pretty good chance that somebody could peer into your house. So that's why, other than Ladies Cam, there aren't cameras, and other than the studio, there aren't cameras inside my house, at least at the moment. Flats is not the same. Flats Fisherman says, I have 4 inside and 10 outside cameras. And sometimes people have, like my dad used to have old school cameras. I saw him when we were selling his house. And he had the kind where they were all connected internally, and then it went to like some box in the closet.
Like a CCTV box?
Yeah. And it like recorded internally to this box inside the closet. And I don't even think it was connected to the internet at all.
Probably
I think
not.
it was just all done internally, which is probably the smarter way to do it. But it's just not the way anybody's going to do it because it's so easy to go get one of the ones from the store. You plug, you play, boom. There you are. You're up and running. All right, when we get back, we want to hear from you because a bunch of people have joined us already with your dispatches. Plus, You're going to be driving on a brand new road, friends. And I think this one is going to draw some attention to it. What's special about this road that you're going to want to get on? Well, that is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real radio is Real Music Weekends. Real Music Weekends this weekend on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Cool Today Weather Center, cooltoday.com.
Here is your midday weather update for Central Florida. I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Brooks Garner. Hope you're having a great day today, this Tuesday, featuring bright sunshine and temperatures warming up into the upper 60s, which is still technically below our normal. The typical high this time of year, 76, but few complaining after a cold and rainy weekend. This is a chance to regroup. Tonight we cool down into the 40s, then tomorrow back to the 60s. Our next chance for rain is Friday with a couple of showers. For the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Brooks Garner.
This report is sponsored by Morgan & Morgan Injury Law Firm.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Last year, more clients hired Morgan & Morgan than ever before. We now have more offices, more staff, and more lawyers than any other injury firm in the world, protecting America, fighting for you.
Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
When you pick up the phone and call somebody to help you out to fix something broken around your house, it's important to know how long that place has been open for. Did they just open last week? Can you really trust this place? Or should you choose somebody like Mills Air, a company that's been in business since 1992? We're talking over 32 years. They've been helping people just like you out. They are official. They're a Carrier factory authorized dealer. And if you get one of these brand new Carrier units, which, by the way, not only can save you big time on your electricity, on your power bill, but they can show you when one of the techs comes over from Mills Air exactly how much of a reduction you're going to see, or very close to exactly the number of dollars that you're going to save every single month. And this is why it's very important to have one of these Mills Air techs come out to your house. Now, preventative maintenance is another option they have at Mills Air. That can save you a lot of money. That can detect an upcoming breakdown before it happens, and then you don't have the panic moment. Then you don't have to worry. But if you do have a full-on breakdown, they can help anybody out. They have financing for virtually everybody who's listening to the sound of my voice right now. So if you're in that position, call 407-277-1159. That's 407-277-1159, or find them online at millsair.com.
Cheers to you, girl. I know you're excited about the new job.
Oh, thanks so much.
Hey, is that my engagement ring you're wearing?
Don't be silly. Oh, wow. They are identical. How did that happen?
Don't tell me. He went to
Yeah, yours too, I guess.
Wow.
Don't make her settle for one of those cookie cutter rings from the big corporate chain jewelry stores. At International Diamond Center, you can get her a stunning one-of-a-kind designer ring, one that's as unique as she is. IDC has over 4,000 handcrafted rings from world-class designers like Tacori, Verragio, Henry Dossi, and others. These are designers that you'll never see in one of those mega corporate stores, but we have them starting at under $1,000. So, ladies, don't settle for ordinary. For a ring that will be yours and yours alone, make sure he goes to
International Diamond Center.
International Diamond Center, with 4 convenient Orlando locations.
I'm getting vaccinated with Prevnar 20, a Pfizer vaccine.
So am I, because I'm at risk for pneumococcal pneumonia.
If you're 19 or older with chronic conditions like asthma, diabetes, COPD, or heart disease, or are 65 or older, you are at increased risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Ask your doctor or pharmacist about Prevnar 20, pneumococcal 20-valent conjugate vaccine. It can help protect you against pneumococcal pneumonia in just 1 dose. Even if you've already been vaccinated with other pneumonia vaccines, Prevnar 20 may help provide added protection. Prevnar 20 is approved for adults to help prevent infections from 20 strains of the bacteria that cause pneumococcal pneumonia. Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you've had a severe allergic reaction to the vaccine or its ingredients. Adults with weakened immune systems may have a lower response to the vaccine. Side effects include pain and swelling at the injection site, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138 or visit Prevnar20.com.
If you're hiring, it can feel like you're trying to find a needle in a haystack.
You can hope the right person comes along, or you can just use ZipRecruiter. And now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. In fact, ZipRecruiter has helped a lot of business owners find their needle in a haystack, like Marco, president of operations at Telly Tires and Auto Centers. Because Telly Tires has grown a lot in the last few years, Marco needed to hire everyone from a receptionist to a store manager to a head mechanic.
ZipRecruiter helps me find all the right people, even the most difficult jobs to fill. ZipRecruiter helps me keep my business running.
Take it from Marco and millions of other businesses who've used ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter can help you find the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/RADIO. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire.
Hey, you're up next.
My throat hurts so bad. There's no way I can sing tonight.
Here, try these.
Vicks VapoCool Drops.
Yeah, Vicks VapoCool Drops has maximum strength menthol with a rush of Vicks Vapors.
Ooh, I can already feel it.
I told you. So, you ready?
I'm ready.
Vaporize sore throat pain fast with Vicks VapoCool Drops.
Feel plenty good by incorporating Silk into your morning routine. Silk's delicious plant-based beverages help bring a daily dose of goodness. They are rich in calcium and a good source of vitamins A and D to support the health of you and your family. Shop wherever you find groceries.
Get ready for our 2024 iHeart Podcast Awards, presented by The Hartford, live at South by Southwest. March 11th, we'll honor the very best in podcasting from the past year, and you'll help decide who wins Podcast of the Year. Vote now at iHeartPodcastAwards.com.
Audible is a proud sponsor of the Audible Audio Pioneer Award. Discover the best selection of audiobooks anywhere, plus binge-worthy podcasts and exclusive Audible originals. There's more to imagine when you listen. Try Audible for free when you sign up at audible.com.
Real Radio is on X at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
If it's important to you, it's on and probably being mocked by.
In just a moment, hopefully some incredibly entertaining ones, just enticing, the hottest of takes on the way. Real quick, though, I've told you before, like most nights if we're staying home, like if we're not going out to eat or going somewhere, even if we do, when we come home, we usually, Courtney and I pick a movie and watch a movie like virtually every night. We used to just watch TV shows nonstop, but we've taken to in the last year.
For some reason, the way you said that, I was like, they watch a movie virtually. Like
no, VR? Almost every night.
Did you get Vision Pros without me, bro?
No, I'd tell you about that if I did. I would alert you immediately. But I was watching, like last night I was going through all the movies. I own so many movies because we buy a lot of them. I don't know why. I guess I would be fine just like renting each one. But we ended up like amassing this huge weirdo digital collection of movies. And when you go through, like the night before last, we watched Free Guy with
that was good.
Ryan Reynolds.
Ryan Reynolds, yeah, which was like kind of fun, silly. Last night we watched a really stupid movie, but I kind of like it. The movie Spy.
Love Spy with Melissa McCarthy.
Melissa McCarthy is in it.
That one's so funny.
And it's like cheesy but funny, and like sometimes I like those movies, puts you in a good mood. But as I'm cruising through the movies, because Courtney was like, let's watch something that's comedy or like adventure or something. I said, okay. So we're like looking through, and the categorization of movies is broken. It's just a broken ass system. Well, I'm looking through the comedy section. I'm going, these films are not comedies. Think of comedies in your head. Like, think of your favorite comedy movies. All right? You're going to rifle through those. Yeah. Like Ace Ventura, Dumb and Dumber, even the movie Spy that I just mentioned. You probably put under comedy. Not Schindler's List. You wouldn't file that away under comedy. You would.
You put that somewhere else, maybe drama or wherever. And I look, and in the comedy section, I was like, this classification makes zero sense. American Psycho was listed as a comedy movie. And when I saw this, I was like, that is not a comedy movie to me in the slightest. And Courtney's like, no, it's funny. It's a comedy movie.
I haven't seen it in years. I feel like maybe there's some dark comedic moments, but it really depends on your psyche.
Well, I think it's supposed to be a satirical take.
It is.
On things.
That's what it says. That's the first word on Wikipedia. American Psycho is a 2000 satirical psychological horror film.
But I would say horror film, yes. Comedy film, no. Maybe the word satire often makes people think of the word comedy, and so you connect the dots on those two. Alicia, though, disagrees, says it's a dark comedy on YouTube. To me, it doesn't. Angel says they list The Bear as a comedy, too. I can see The Bear as more of a comedy than American Psycho.
A dramedy. Yeah,
yes,
for sure.
Yeah.
But there's Scream. Think about Scream. That's technically under the horror category, but it is supposed to be very funny, and satirical.
No,
so.
yeah, that's satirical as well. But Scream is more obviously a joke to me. Like there's
really, I thought Scary Movie was more obviously a joke.
Well, yeah, Scary Movie is the ultimate satire of the horror
Did I say Scary
film.
Movie? I meant Scream.
I brought it up.
But both of them are satire. Both of those are satirical takes on a horror movie. But I wouldn't put either one of those, I don't think. I would put the last one that Celine just said. What's it called? Scary Movie. I would put Scary Movie in the comedy world, probably. But there were so many movies where it wasn't where you thought it would be. Like, the classification is so weird. And one of the things I think that might be happening right now is there's so few comedy movies that are being released. Like when you go out to the theaters, look at everything in the theaters right now. I don't think there's a single comedy movie. There might be. And
Lisa Frankenstein wasn't funny?
It was a little tiny bit funny, but it might be in this same exact satirical category that we're talking about, like satirical horror film. Maybe they classify that as a comedy. I don't know. To me, a comedy is just so different. Like You, Me, and Dupree is a comedy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like these movies that are, half of them have Owen Wilson, or they have Will Arnett, or they have, this is like a variety of Vince Vaughn, and they have Paul, what's his name?
Rudd.
Paul Rudd. All of these people, these regulars are in these movies.
I'm looking at movies playing right now, and it does list Lisa Frankenstein as horror/comedy. It lists Argyle as action/comedy. And it lists
Oppenheimer? Is that supposed to be?
No, see, that's definitely. If that's in the comedy category, we got problems. We got bigger problems.
It lists. I haven't heard of this movie. Drive Away Dolls.
No,
that one's comedy/action. So do you think they like order them by what occurs more? Like they say in the ingredients list on any food, like the ingredient listed first is there's the most of it. It's supposed to be. With
Argyle, it's more an action movie, and then also, hey, it's a comedy movie because that's the second thing listed.
Right.
But with the other one you mentioned, it's a comedy movie, and hey, yeah, it's also an action movie.
Yeah.
I guess there's a lot of things that are being split between categories right now. Maybe that's it. Like, and I vouch for these movies. I vouch for a lot of movies that people think are stupid, but I think they're great, and I don't really care. Like 21 and 22 Jump Street are great movies.
Hilarious
They're,
movies.
like well done, super funny movies. The two.
Did you just say you have the right to be an attorney? Well, technically, he does have. Everybody has the right to be an attorney.
There's so many moments in those movies that people just absolutely sleep on. But and
I think the funniest part about that scene to me, where the guy didn't remember the Miranda rights, is because how old do you have to be to have seen Miranda rights read to people in how many films and TV shows? Like,
you think you got it right now?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Go for it.
Yeah,
hold on. Sabrina, pull up Miranda rights so we can see if he actually drills this, because his level of confidence is high that he knows the Miranda rights from TV right now.
Miranda rights script, right?
Yeah, because this is the thing that the cops are like legally supposed to tell you. It's featured in that movie.
So now I'm getting. They will say something similar to.
Right. You have the right to remain silent. Mm-hmm. Anything you say or do can and will be used against you in the court of law.
Right.
You have a right to attorney. If you cannot afford an attorney, one will be provided for you.
Appointed. Wrong. No point.
Okay. All right. Damn it. I am a failure. I will never recover.
Is there something at the end?
That
Do you understand your
looks to
rights?
be it.
Yeah, do you understand these rights as I've explained them to you or something like that?
Yeah.
And in the criminal justice system, sexually based crimes are considered especially heinous.
There's so many of these movies that end up in these weird nebulous categories, and I just don't know that the like straight up comedy genre exists anymore, which is too bad. Now, here's the thing. Ralphie on YouTube says comedies were best in the 80s. Now, I would say comedies were best in the 90s. Are we doing that SNL thing? Are we doing the thing where the funniest SNL was the one where you were 17 or 18 or 19 years old and none of the generations understand why they think their SNL team was the funniest? And
yeah, or it's just become more
comedy's really the
layered.
best. Were comedy's the best in the night? I don't know.
I mean,
that's
I
the
think
case.
if you were going to ask somebody right now why comedies were better back then, they would probably lean towards woke and or cancel culture to say that, like, oh, you could just get away with so many more things in the 90s. And not sure that that's necessarily wrong. There are probably some things that I feel would, I mean, there are movies that I would still watch this day and laugh at things that are funny, even though they're just extremely offensive. But that's kind of the point, right?
Yeah. I forgot which one it was. Oh, I watched. This is a terrible movie. I now pronounce you Chuck and Larry. If you watch that movie, the F word for gays is really
Flying high. Have you seen old Reno 911?
No.
It's very funny, and there's something to comedy, and even it's capable of being there now. But it's like it might be highly offensive, but if you can't help but laugh, then they've done their job.
People say to me, I mean, that's the thing. It's a character. People say to me, you could never get away with The Office these days. I go, hell yes, you can.
Yeah,
the whole point is that he is very, very ignorant, and everybody else gets it but him. And
right.
So, like, the one that I've brought up before on the show that, like, I think people would be studios would be very hesitant to put their name on something like this is Dead Man on Campus.
I don't remember. He kills himself.
No,
right?
a movie where they try to find a loophole that they get straight A's if their roommate commits suicide. So they go on a mission to find the saddest, most pathetic, most suicidal thinking person like that they could find to be their roommate, and then they try as hard as they can to convince them to off themselves, and it's a comedy.
Oh God, Decon
stuff like that is problematic, even if the movie was funny.
What that one actually is, though. That one actually is. But I think, like Decon says, even scenes from The Office are questionable these days. I don't actually think they are.
No.
Because you're saying questionable to whom? And you'd say, what, Gen Z? Gen Z loves The Office. They absolutely love The Office. They watch this so much. It's incredible. Younger people than them, even like the Gen Alpha kids, watch The Office and these other shows. They get it. They understand it. They're not the super sensitive ones. In fact, nobody really changed that much in this period of time from 2014 to 2024, when all the everything's offensive, everything's sexist, everything's racist stuff came out. Nothing really changed all that much. It was just that people were scared that they were going to get targeted. And once people realized, even Kanye West, is he really canceled? He has the #1 album in the country on the Billboard 200 right now. And he said, hey, guys, be easy on Hitler. Is any of this stuff really career-ending? No, not if you don't let it be career-ending. Therein lies the thing. Actually, some of the people that have gotten just excommunicated weren't necessarily from things that they said that were offensive that wouldn't hold up. Is more so the couple that was the two hosts of that morning show. Now they're relegated to doing some podcast where they just trauma dump. They do their emergency podcast, trauma dumping on everybody. But those people,
quick, set up the mics. It's an emergency.
And Chris Harrison, I stand by that one to this day. That was absolutely ridiculous, the whole Chris Harrison thing. But most of that is everybody's past it. They're past it right now. And I think people understand what's funny, and people understand, here's the important thing, what's mean, right? And mean doesn't necessarily fly anymore. And maybe it shouldn't. Be clever. But God, have a brain. Come up with some kind of comedy that's not just about being mean and is about a little bit more than that. So I think people are starting to rethink that, and I think you should too. Okay, we'll get into this road. Everybody's going to be driving on this road, and I can think of some fun things we can do whilst driving on it. What is it? Well, that is coming up next on the News Junkie.
It's like a text message with your voice. The TalkBack feature on the free iHeartRadio app. Follow Real Radio 104.1, tap the microphone, and speak.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Shop the best quality jewelry and lowest price. GoldsmithJewelry.com.
Travel with caution. There's heavy delays due to an accident westbound on I-4 around State Road 46. Traffic is backed up to Dirksen Drive. There's bumper-to-bumper traffic on I-4 eastbound before US 27 and after State Road 429. And authorities are clearing up an accident on Magnolia Homes Road southbound near Edgewater Drive. The right lane is blocked. See traffic troubles? Call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Direct Auto. Direct Auto Insurance is for uncompromisers. With savings of up to 25%, you can stop compromising and keep driving. Get a free quote at directauto.com. Savings based on discounts can vary. How you buy can affect price. National General Group, Winston-Salem.
The News Junkie's ready to destroy another holiday with the most unique party of the year.
Just Okay 8. Saturday, March 16th will be a night of unbelievable moments at the Plaza Live with performances from Young Tapes, The Shabooms, Savvy's Little Helpers, and so much more. Presented in part by JustCallMo.com. Make this St. Patrick's Day weekend one to remember and get your tickets to Just Okay 8 at realradio.fm/JustOK.
When you call me for an injury case, you don't pay a dime unless we win. The call and the advice are always free. Injured on the go, just call Mo. 866-CALL-MO. Mo DeWitt, Orlando's injury attorneys.
The number one cause of accidents is distracted driving, like cell phones, eating, and playing with the radio. So leave it right here on Real Radio. Injured on the go? Just call Mo.com. Mo DeWitt, Orlando's injury attorney.
Did you know that getting COVID-19, flu, pneumonia, or RSV can increase the risk of heart attack or stroke? People with heart disease are 6 times more likely to have a heart attack after getting flu and up to 7 times more likely to have a stroke after COVID. For people with heart disease, getting vaccinated is as important to staying healthy as diet and exercise. Lower your risk. Get vaccinated. Learn more at nfid.org. Brought to you by the National Foundation for Infectious Diseases.
Explore the magic of Paul McCartney's songbook in Season 2 of the hit podcast, McCartney, A Life in Lyrics. Each episode finds the songwriter in conversation about the stories and inspirations behind his iconic tunes, like Hey Jude, Yesterday, and Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band.
I was coming back on the plane, and he said, "Will you pass the salt and pepper?" And I misheard him. I said, "What? Sgt. Pepper?"
Listen to McCartney, A Life in Lyrics on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Did you know that your largest investment asset might not be your retirement account or home? I'm Jay Jackson, CEO of Abacus Life. Most people don't realize that their life insurance policy is actually an asset they can sell. But for almost 20 years, Abacus has been purchasing life insurance policies from seniors just like you. We've even created a free policy value calculator at abacuspays.com so you can find out in seconds what we might pay for your policy. There are no fees and no obligations, just information. Knowing the value of your life insurance policy is as important as knowing the value of your home, your equity portfolio, or your finances in total. Discover the valuable information you need to understand the current market value for your life insurance, and then get real value from your life insurance when you need it with Abacus. Visit abacuspays.com to learn more and use our free policy value calculator today.
This is a story about evil.
Tonight on the CW.
This story was so odd.
Crime Nation will take you behind the crime scenes of some of the nation's most shocking cases.
Not everything is as it appears.
With a new case every week.
Still no sign of Gabby Petito.
Deputies are searching for inmate Casey White and Vicky White.
This is the true crime series you've been waiting for.
Who did this?
Crime Nation. Series premiere tonight on the CW.
Tonight beginning at 8, only on CW18.
From sunrise to sunset, West 2 News on CW18 has you covered. Mornings from 7 to 10, start your day with Central Florida's most accurate forecast from First Warning meteorologist Kelly Ann Class.
You'll always have a clear view of what's ahead.
Then tonight at 10, get caught up and know what's happening now with Stuart, Michelle, Tony, and Darren.
It's all in a day's work, and our work never stops.
AM or PM, West 2 News on CW18 has you covered.
I'm getting vaccinated with Prevnar 20, a Pfizer vaccine.
So am I, because I'm at risk for pneumococcal pneumonia.
If you're 19 or older with chronic conditions like asthma, diabetes, COPD, or heart disease, or are 65 or older, you are at increased risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Ask your doctor or pharmacist about Prevnar 20, pneumococcal 20-valent conjugate vaccine. It can help protect you against pneumococcal pneumonia in just one dose. Even if you've already been vaccinated with other pneumonia vaccines, Prevnar 20 may help provide added protection. Prevnar 20 is approved for adults to help prevent infections from 20 strains of the bacteria that cause pneumococcal pneumonia. Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you've had a severe allergic reaction to the vaccine or its ingredients. Adults with weakened immune systems may have a lower response to the vaccine. Side effects include pain and swelling at the injection site, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138 or visit Prevnar20.com.
This is Jeff Kaufman from the Injury Law Firm of Kaufman & Lind and the Under Oath podcast. A little more free advice. Any conversation you have with the insurance company after you get into an accident will be recorded. Everything you say can and will be used against you. For example, when they ask you how you're doing, these are not words of concern. These are traps to keep them from paying your medical expenses. Simply reply with, I've been told to avoid answering questions like this. It's not if, but when you get into an accident. I'm attorney Jeff Kaufman. Contact me at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546.
Well, hello there. Join me at Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino to celebrate a new era in gaming with live craps, roulette, and sports betting now available to go along with the biggest selection of slots in South Florida. Plus, all your other favorite table games. Complement your night with my award-winning fine dining and casual fare options, lively bars and lounges, or catch your favorite A-list entertainer at Hard Rock Live. Discover your rhythm today. Go to hardrockholly.com. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, please call 1-888-ADMIT-IT. Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Broadcasting live from the Injury Law Firm of Kaufman & Lind Studios. Why Kaufman & Lind? Because you matter. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Join in on the chaos. We eagerly await your dispatch. This is
And I'll tell you why in just a moment. Let's just test the water here with everybody on the show. Sabrina Sealane, go with me on this. And a 1 out of 10, all right? A 1 out of 10 rating. How do we feel in 2024 about the Salt Bae dude? How do we feel about him?
I don't care about him.
1 out of 10. Are you at a 1?
I haven't thought about him in many years. I thought it was a fun little gimmick, maybe the first 2 times, and then that was it for me.
Okay, you didn't land on a number.
I'll go 3.
3. So this is he's barely on your radar, basically.
Right. I wouldn't let him feed meat into my mouth.
Would you even go to one of his restaurants?
If it was like some sort of promotion in which I don't pay anything, sure.
Right. Okay. For free we'd go, but never going to pay at that place. Oh, Sealane, where are you at 1 to 10 with Salt Bae?
We thought about going as a joke when we were in Boston.
It's an expensive joke.
It's a very, I mean, just because there was a friend traveling with us who finds his entire personality just to be like annoying and terrible, and it was funny when he first started on the scene and his videos first started coming out. I think he's a great butcher. I mean, I think some of his knife skills and are pretty decent, but just the whole thing and the fact that it's so much money is really kind of ridiculous.
Where are you around that 3? Or are you higher than that?
You know what? Before she even said it, I was going to call it a 4, so I'm right there.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about you, Sean?
I think I'm at like a 2 on this guy. I am not a fan of this Salt Bae guy, and every article that I see makes me despise him more. And just as a food guy, C-Lane, the idea that people go into this Nusret or whatever it's called steakhouse that he has them all over the world. I think there's one in Miami, and there's one in like a lot of big cities, London included. But a steak is like up to $800.
There's Beverly Hills, Boston, Dallas, Las Vegas, Miami, and then 2 in New York, 1 in the meatpacking district and 1 in Midtown.
Our friends in Dallas, if you've gone to this place, give us the review. It can't be. I don't even believe it if you say it. It can't possibly be worth it. There's no way you can make a steak worth $800. I got half a mind to believe you could get like a quarter of a cow for $800. This is a lot of money. Even if you go, oh, it's a big, beautiful tomahawk steak, Sean. We've done the thing.
What about the salt that drips from his forearm? That obviously brings in the price range, right?
Or do you know what they do? He has lookalikes at all the restaurants.
That's dumb.
They have dudes that go around with the white T-shirt on and like the outfit, the ponytail and all that stuff.
Glasses, very greasy hair.
Yep, and they dress just like him, and they go around to the tables and do it because he can't be at all the places all the times. This guy
was his
is
big controversy?
Terrible.
Didn't he get on the cancel block a couple years ago for something?
Yeah, he had either the leader of Turkey or some other country that was in there who people thought was a dictator, and they were how could you do this? And he goes, people who come into my restaurant, I serve them $800 steaks. But like, if Courtney and I will talk about this from time to time. It'll be like, if we're going to go to a steak place, what could make me fork over the amount of money that C-Lane just tossed up for that Burns place? Like, we could get the best steak in town for, I would think, maybe I'm wrong. I don't know a lot about this. Please shoot me if I'm wrong and tell me that the truth is something else. I'm ready to hear it. But couldn't I get like pretty much the best steak for under $100 if I cooked it myself? Like,
okay, but there's the difference. You have professionals cooking it to the perfect temperature.
Courtney will cook it. Courtney's able to cook it just as good as anybody else. She knows what she's doing. She cooks all the time. She's fantastic. I don't need some weirdo in some restaurant kitchen to cook it for me that don't even know. I'm paying that guy all this money. I think you could get
some weirdo in an undershirt,
right back there yelling at his friends. They're all cursing at each other and they're playing jokes on each other. This is how the kitchen works. And the steaks are like not always the most expensive thing. The reason why C-Lane's bill at Burns was expensive wasn't because of steaks. Well, I mean, it was some of it.
No, it was the alcohol.
Yeah, the wine is what's really, really, really expensive. And I kind of feel the same way about that. Like, why do I want to? Am I just getting old? What's happening to me?
Yeah, no, you're definitely getting old.
Why do I want to go to a place and buy a glass of wine when for that price I could buy the entire bottle of wine? Why do I want to do that?
Maybe you could. There's some places in which if you paid for that bottle of wine, it'd still be just as expensive. A lot of people go with the experience. And I'll say this, Valentine's Day, went to Hillstone. The first time I had been there in like 10 years. And that steak, I think it was like $60, was one of the best steaks I've ever had in my life.
Yeah. And always
cooked.
very, very good service.
Melt in your mouth.
I got nothing bad to say about them. But their stuff isn't insane, even though it's expensive.
Say that to my bank account.
$60, though, is far different than $700 or $800.
Never in a million years.
And then what did they put like some gold foil over it? Which, what the hell are we even doing with this? I'm telling you, I've gone to places and I've looked at the bottle of the wine that they have, or a bottle of liquor that they have, and you get one shot of it. And I'd say, I can buy this right now for like a fraction of the cost, or for like the cost of one glass, I can get so much more. Why am I going? The experience better be really good if that's the case. And C-Lane, looking back on the Burns thing, was the experience good enough to be
it was a real fantastic experience. Like it was, it was like fine dining, everything you want out of a steakhouse. Our server was very he knew everything that we could ask him. about the steaks, about he's very. They had a sommelier on hand to come by if we had any extra wine questions. I mean, they were just very knowledgeable, very polite, and the service was top notch.
Yeah, and those places it better be. Like we went to, and I've mentioned this before, but we went to the fanciest place I've been to is Guy Savoy in Vegas, and it was for two people about $500 or $600. And this was the place where at the time I was drinking Captain Morgan, but I was embarrassed by that. And I didn't want to order Captain Morgan at a fancy place.
Your finest spiced rum, please. Preferably one that's related to pirates.
Rum and Cokes was what he was drinking. That's why.
Captain and Diets, yeah. And I didn't want to order that because, and I think this is correct, it's not a fancy thing. It's like, it's a bumpkin order at a place like that. And so last minute I threw an audible and I just ordered the same thing that Courtney got. I was like, I too will take a vodka soda because that seemed like, I don't know, a little better. And when we left the place, I was like, that was totally worth it because the service was great. But it was about the food. There was a bread sommelier. I don't know what you call him, but there was somebody there with a cart full of bread and
there's a dude. They have sommeliers for everything now. I think they're using the term a little too loosely.
Are we radio sommeliers?
We could be.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean,
$800, please.
But there's a guy, and he was on that series with Zac Efron on Netflix. But he's also very popular on TikTok right now because he does a lot of videos. He is a water somm. He is an expert in water.
I'm very familiar
Bottled
with that.
water, tap water, distilled, not distilled, mineral. I mean,
but a real character, too. He's like, this is the worst water. Do not drink it.
Yes, he does.
You're wasting your money. It's stupid.
He goes through the aisles at Walmart and tells you, this is fake. This is not the real thing. And the thing that he did on Zac Efron's show, Anna Kendrick happened to be there as he's like doing this water tasting thing. And at the very end, she goes, you don't have a real job, right? I was like, damn.
I like that. Some of this stuff is obviously just a bunch of nonsense. And some of it I can be on board with, and some of it I just feel like I'm being ripped off. I don't know where the line is drawn there necessarily.
Like if you're comparing Nusret to Burns, I mean, that's the prices are wildly different. There is a lot of expensive stuff at Burns, but
Nusret seems phony.
Yeah.
It seems phony to me. It's like you're going there because of Viral Salt Bay guy, and you're not Burns. I don't even know the Burn person. I just know that it's supposed to be a great place.
If you go to Burns' website, it looks like a classy place that just happens to be a very high-end steakhouse. If you go, and I'll go to Nusret's website, and you'll be able to see it behind me. Nusret. And I click on the main page, and it looks like first of all, it says no salt, no life. That is stupid.
Nerd. Absolute
what was the
nerd.
other locations one that I said where it looked like a damn a club? Like it looked like a club atmosphere, and that's what they were going for. Nusret USA, that's what it is. Boom. Oh, let the feast begin. Boom, 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 expensive cars, Lamborghinis, people in suits. Flair bartenders, everybody's taking pictures. He's lighting a Bloody Mary on fire. Crazy.
Too intense. I can't eat at a place that intense. There's too much. Well, here's why I bring all of this up to get us here. The owner of Nusret Steakhouse in London says profits rose 44% in 2022 as sales soared by nearly 2/3. And they say they may charge nearly $800 for their most expensive and offensive steak. But even the flamboyant condiment sprinkling Salt Bay's London restaurant has been forced to turn off the heating amid soaring energy bills, they say.
That is baloney.
Yeah, I'm paying $800 a steak, and you can't keep the heat on in here? Nusret Steakhouse, the outlet at the Park Tower Hotel in Knightsbridge, known for expensive dishes such as a $700 Wagyu strip loin or a $700 giant tomahawk steak, said it made an effort to cut costs despite recording a jump in profits. The company founded by Salt Bay, a Turkish butcher turned steak monger, whose real name is Nusret Gökçe, I probably got that completely wrong, said pre-tax profits rose 44% to almost $5 million in 2022, as sales soared 66% to almost $15 million in accounts filed this week at Companies House. They said, we're doing very, very well. But still, they turn off their central heating after closing or during peak hours when heating demand is lower. They turn off their lights during closing hours. They do everything they can.
But they're inside the hotel?
Money. Inside the hotel, in their store, they are going to turn off the heat because it's too expensive for their power bill, they say. If I'm paying that much, you better keep me nice and comfy when I'm inside the stupid Salt Bay restaurant. But don't worry, never fear. I won't be in there to begin with. That's not going to be happening anytime soon. Let's hit the highway, friends, because it's happening. The Florida House of Representatives, for those of you around the country, unanimously approved a proposal to call Florida A1A from the Florida Keys to Nassau County, no longer Beachfront Avenue. It's now the Jimmy Buffett Memorial Highway.
Wow.
Damn right. That's right.
Him.
It's happening. As it said, over the course of the last 50-plus years, he went from busking on the streets in Key West for nickels and dimes to being the architect of diverse, big enterprises all over the globe. And now it is officially A1A, a.k.a. Jimmy Buffett Memorial Highway.
He's going to call it that.
They got to put up some signs.
Yeah.
Put up some signs.
And they approved it unanimously, which is that's always very impressive whenever they can get everybody to agree on one thing.
I would have liked to have been the guy who voted against the Jimmy Buffett thing.
I hate him.
The music sucks, man.
More like Pina Coladaberg. I'd
son
be
of
that
a son
guy.
of a bitch.
I'd be against it. All right, quick break. When we come back, we will finally hear from you. And a cop car flips over during a chase. One of those chases we shouldn't be doing to begin with. Wait till you hear this. The audio is incredible. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Something on your mind? Text us at 77031. Standard data and message rates apply. Real Mobile is powered by Orange Buick GMC and OrangeBuickGMC.com. We are professional grade.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
There's a bit of delays to watch out for on I-4 this afternoon, eastbound before US 27 and after State Road 429, westbound between County Road 46A and approaching State Road 434, and authorities are clearing up an accident on Orange Avenue northbound at Michigan Street. Travel with caution through there. If you see any traffic troubles, please call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by KFC, Kentucky Fried Chicken.
$5 finger-licking deals are back at your local KFC. Choose from 3 delicious options. A 2-piece meal with a drum, thigh and buttery biscuit side, an 8-piece chicken nuggets, or 2 chicken little sandwiches. Only available at select participating locations, not online. Tax extra, it's finger-licking good.
Today's Central Florida job market is more competitive than ever, but don't be discouraged. Attend the Florida Jobs Now Job Fair, Wednesday, March 13th, from noon to 4 p.m. at the Orlando Science Center, and connect with over 70 recruiters right here in Central Florida. Some even offering on-the-spot interviews. Your next career is right in front of you. Join us at the Florida Jobs Now Job Fair on Wednesday, March 13th, from noon to 4 p.m. at the Orlando Science Center. 777 East Princeton Street, Orlando, Florida, 32803. That's from noon to 4 p.m. More information at fljobsnow.com.
By texting 64,000, you agree to receive recurring automated marketing messages from Real Success. Message and data rates may apply. No purchase required. Terms apply. Available at ourrealsuccess.com.
Do you want to learn how to make money flipping houses and acquiring rental properties right here in Orlando? We're offering a handful of motivated individuals the opportunity to attend our workshop right here in Orlando for free. That's right. We'll give you 2 free tickets when you text EARN to 64,000. Orlando's the perfect market to flip houses and build rental income. Discover the simple steps developed by Joe Arias, one of real estate's greatest rags to riches stories. You'll learn to flip properties and secure rental properties without using your own money and in your spare time. Don't miss this opportunity. Come to a complimentary live 2-hour workshop next week right here in Orlando and learn how to start making money flipping homes and building long-term wealth with rental properties. To get 2 free tickets, text EARN to 64,000. Text in the next 10 minutes, and registrants will also receive a free copy of our Funding for Deals guide. Text EARN to 64,000 for 2 complimentary tickets. Text EARN to 64,000.
This is Monster Jam. Witness big air, 2-wheel skills, backflips, and all-out racing. Monster Jam, as big as it gets. Brought to you by BKT Tires and Morgan & Morgan. Visit MorganMonsterJam.com for your $20 ticket for Morgan & Morgan. Visit website for restrictions and details. Coming to Camping World Stadium March 2nd. You have to see it live, so don't miss it.
Pucker up, Central Florida. RC Hill here from RC Hill Mitsubishi. This month, I'm on a mission to help you fall in love with a new car. So if your old ride's left you brokenhearted, kiss it goodbye. Used cars from just $89 per month. New cars from just $189 per month. So get here quick. I'm RC Hill, your car dealer next door. Central Florida's first choice for new Mitsubishis. Visit me at rchill.com. That's rchill.com.
Credit requires bank approval. See rchill.com for details. Offer absolutely ends February 29, 2024.
Did you know your life insurance is an asset you can sell? I'm Jay Jackson, CEO of Abacus Life. For almost 20 years, Abacus has been purchasing life insurance policies from seniors just like you. And at abacuspays.com, we've created a free policy value calculator so you can find out the worth of your policy in just seconds. There are no fees and no obligations. Get real value from your life insurance when you need it with Abacus. Learn more at abacuspays.com.
Hey, you're up next.
Ugh, my throat hurts so bad. There's no way I can sing tonight.
Here, try these.
Vicks VapoCool Drops.
Yeah, Vicks VapoCool Drops has maximum strength menthol with a rush of Vicks Vapors.
Ooh, I can already feel it.
I told you. So, you ready?
I'm ready.
Vaporize sore throat pain fast with Vicks VapoCool Drops.
I'm getting vaccinated with Prevnar 20, a Pfizer vaccine.
So am I, because I'm at risk for pneumococcal pneumonia.
If you're 19 or older with chronic conditions like asthma, diabetes, COPD, or heart disease, or are 65 or older, you are at increased risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Ask your doctor or pharmacist about Prevnar 20, pneumococcal 20-valent conjugate vaccine. It can help protect you against pneumococcal pneumonia in just one dose. Even if you've already been vaccinated with other pneumonia vaccines, Prevnar 20 may help provide added protection. Prevnar 20 is approved for adults to help prevent infections from 20 strains of the bacteria that cause pneumococcal pneumonia. Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you've had a severe allergic reaction to the vaccine or its ingredients. Adults with weakened immune systems may have a lower response to the vaccine. Side effects include pain and swelling at the injection site, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138 or visit Prevnar20.com.
History is beautiful, brutal, and often ridiculous. Join me, Ben Bullitt.
And me, Noel Brown, as we dive into some of the strangest stories from across the span of human civilization in Ridiculous History.
Whether we're exploring the accidental invention of hold music,
or how people used to rent pineapples, join us to hear the many ways history can be oh so ridiculous.
Listen to Ridiculous History on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you find your favorite podcast.
Three best friends diving into the deep end of internet culture.
Help out with stuff around here. Austin is going to be coming by, I think maybe this week, and picking up my guitar and making sure that I don't sound like a dummy when Sealand and I debut our duo at Just Okay 8. And he's like, I'll get it all set up for you, make sure everything's working the right way. I'm like, thank God. It was only a miracle last year that everything worked and we were able to do Country Roads Tase Me Home. And
that was fun.
That was fun. That was a good time.
I had a great time.
You got the worst of it, for sure. But I remember, like, the three of us, like, almost battle scar style, were like, this is where we got tased while we were singing from everybody.
We pulled it off somehow. You know, we make a good little band, actually. Like,
I can't believe I got kicked out already.
We're some weird version of Hanson.
Yeah.
Like a little band together.
No.
And you didn't kick us out of the band. We're not in your band. We had to be somewhere.
You guys were, well, C-Lane was in my band once.
Oh, was he?
He did join us on stage for Goodbye Earl, I believe, a couple years ago.
Africa.
Yep. Africa, you saved the band.
That because you forgot the lyrics?
I had practiced those lyrics so intensely for the weeks leading up to it. I knew every single word because, by the way, lyrically, it's an insane song. It makes no sense.
It's not accurate either. Like geographically.
And like as far as cadence goes, all of that, I hate it. And Toto, go F yourself. And then as soon as we start, I was like, it's gone. So C-Lane's playing pretend piano, and I turn to Lisa. I'm like, "Do you know the lyrics?" And she goes, "No." And I go, "Shoot."
Here
go
goes
up to
nothing.
C-Lane. I go, "Do you know the lyrics? Come on, everybody! I know you know. You're not singing with me." And he saved the day.
He's good
I'll
at
never
that
forget
stuff.
it.
That's why I'm proud to have him as a part of our duo. You know,
Did we land on a name, or you guys are going to announce it just okay?
No, we're not announcing it yet because there's so many good ideas that have been floating around, and a lot of them are really offensive and hurtful.
Just put just on the schedule that you're doing. Put Sean and C-Lane's band.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
No, that's what I've done so far. I also
Cool.
need a set time from you guys, if you don't mind. I've been ignoring my email.
We're kind of big rock stars, so we don't necessarily do things like set time.
You're going to Lauren Hill it, aren't you?
We might be late to stage because we have to watch Ninja Turtles.
Secret of the Ooze. That's the second one, not the first. That's we'll be there to rock when we need to be there to rock is what's going to happen. And Austin's getting the guitar all ready to go. And let's see. Decon says, "Are you saying you won't be able to blame the guitar if you suck, Sean?" Absolutely. It won't be the guitar's fault. Had that acoustic guitar for forever, the one that I have in the studio. It's a Fender Tim Armstrong guitar, and it just somehow keeps working. It wasn't a very expensive guitar. Like a lot of the stuff I have, which is some of it's just props. I have an orange amp and orange amp head in the studio.
We used that last year. It's a banger.
Used it last year. It's very, very nice. It's not cheap. And I think when I first got it, I put the chords on it and I was like, every once in a while I'll come in here and diddle around on the old guitar, and did that precisely one time afterwards. And even as of late, I've been like, all right, we got these songs that Seelan and I want to sing for our set at Just Okay. By the way, get your tickets right now. General admission, you have to get them while you can. It's realradio.fm/justokay if you want to see any of this go down. This is just a piece of the puzzle, too. I'll tell you what's going on more so with the event in a bit. But I keep going, all right, well, I know one of the songs we're going to play. It's not the Kesha song, just for those paying attention.
That song was like
I just
stuck
felt
in my head over the
a weight lift
weekend.
off my shoulder.
Come on, it's a catchy song. You know it is. It's a good
For
one.
Kesha.
For Kesha?
Because it would be very strange.
Why?
It just would, man. I'm doing it for the benefit of all of us. I promise you.
Well,
if I wanted you to get yourself in that position, I'd say, yeah, go for it. They're gonna love it, dude. It will be
C-Lane
weird.
can pull off pretty much anything.
Yes, it
and
can.
I'll stay in my lane. I know where I can sing and where I can't sing. And I know, what songs I can play and I can't play. And that's all of the songs, baby, because I am fantastic. No, low confidence, actually. Low confidence on this one.
It was good.
It's really, really low. But I think we're gonna have fun. And that's the most important thing. I think we're gonna have fun and you're gonna have fun watching along and enjoy what's happening. Bootsy Moonshine says Sean is the backup singer in every sense of the word. Yes, in every sense of that word. I will be the backup.
You're the art of Simon and
Garfunkel. Wait, no. Is that who is the
Simon's more famous? Paul
Simon is more famous. Yeah. We haven't interviewed Simon on this show.
No.
They never in a million years. He wouldn't do it. But Art Garfunkel loved us.
He was lovely.
He was. He was a nice guy. Very, very enjoyable. But Simon and Garfunkel ain't seen nothing. They're going to just blow them out of the water with this performance coming up on March 6th. He's the host to my Hall. Hall is the bigger one in Hall & Oates, right? Like John Hall.
It's Daryl Hall.
Daryl Hall, excuse me. Yeah, I screwed that up. Sorry, Hall & Oates. Sorry about that. Daryl Hall is.
I wonder what happened with that case. Remember, there was a whole restraining order and everything.
Yeah, right. They were fighting, and there was things getting pretty serious between the two of those. So anyhow, you got to get out to this event. One thing that I'm going to tell you is if you're general admission, you'll get access to the venue. And I know that seems like the bare minimum, but beyond access to the venue, you'll get access to these activation points that we have throughout the venue. And one of them is going to be the test show. And it says, we've discovered in a fiery pile in the remains of a burned down building downtown, a copy of the test show done before the News Junkies show. Here's Sean and Sabrina on their first ever recording together as they did a chemistry test for the radio show. They were absolutely hammered, called Sabrina's mom. It's insane. And most importantly, embarrassing.
No one tell my mom, please. Poor lady.
She does not need to hear this. Keep this away from her, please. We've got enough issues going on. And we're.
Do you think she remembers it? Like, if you asked your mom, like, remember that? Remember?
Because we called her a couple times.
Yeah.
But
yeah. And that was straight up 10
remember.
years ago.
Yeah, I didn't remember it. Even listening to, I think I got through like 5 minutes total so far. I was like, I do not remember this. And it's very clear how blacked out drunk both of us are.
It was a thing, man. The only way to get a hold of it is to go out to Just Okay 8. So grab those tickets. That's just one of many things you'll get at realradio.fm/justokay. And then we're working on wrapping up all this stuff for the VIP folks. I sent you something last night, Celine. You got that, right? The thing I sent you?
Yeah. I looked it over.
Because we got to wrap up a couple of...
And it's awful. I delete. No.
I'm not going to do it. Well, I told you. I left it over. I was like, hey, if you got like a curveball idea on this other thing, then we can get something different in these VIP bags. I want to keep those folks happy. This sold out VIP. It's the biggest VIP we've ever done. And sold it out in the first round was like a couple hours, I think, if that. And then the second round was like 5 minutes. So we want to make sure those people are happy. We're going to be happy. You're getting all kinds of good stuff. And the VIP lounge area for Just Okay is going to be super cool. It's like a swanky little spot. It's going to be open with high top tables so you can like set your things down. You'll have your own bar so you can go get a drink to set down on those high top tables. It's going to be way better.
Another.
And keep going, yeah. It's going to be way better than we did it last year. And last year was, or the previous Just Okay, was awesome. It was like a really, really, really good event. People went ape-ass for it. But we can improve on things, and we try to every single year, which is why we take you back to the first one we did, which was half of a bar downtown. And that alone,
absolutely not up to code.
Not up to code, not by the books. We had people putting meat hooks in their bodies behind the kitchen of
nice people. Nice people.
I don't know where those folks are anymore, but yeah.
I also got to show my girlfriend you getting slapped by tri-boobs.
Oh yeah,
which it was the three of us outside. Her slave also was there, but he was kind of just hanging out. And then you said deal was a deal because she showed up and she slapped the crap out of you 3 times. Goes for a 4th. I stop it. And you go, I will rip that fake tee right off of you.
I remember that.
We should put that in the secret thing because I don't think that's posted online. It might be just an unlisted YouTube video.
No, we can add stuff too. We can add other stuff like secret content that people haven't seen before with the show. That has to be 10 years ago or close to it. That's
Can you believe she's on OnlyFans now?
Is she really?
Have you seen all the promotion on her Instagram?
No,
it is so bizarre.
No, I don't follow. If you don't know what we're talking about, like especially if you're from a new market, this was a woman who was in a bunch of news stories at the time, and we kind of broke it wide open because she said that she had 3 boobs. She said that she was the world's biggest Chris Angel fan, and she got a 3rd implant on her chest, and she was wearing these things around everywhere, and the news couldn't get enough of this lady, and we interviewed her, and then she started, because I was kind of going at her a little bit, she started hating me. And we were posting each other's numbers online, and oh man, it went like on and on.
You posted her number as hers. She went to her 100,000 fans. Hey, got a new number. Send me all your penis pictures.
Yep.
And Sean got D pics for months after that.
Yeah, there was a bunch. There was quite a few of them. Yeah, those were the war days, and we're gonna have all that fun just in a different bottle, repackaged for another good time on March 16th. So make sure you don't miss out on that. We got some real fun stuff coming up with Moses DeWitt and Just Okay 8. We got some more announcements to make. In fact, we could sneak in one right now because I'm kind of excited about this. And Sabrina was just able to lock this in yesterday. Now, this is just an example of the weirdness that occurs at a Just Okay event. For those of you who are showing up, I'm sure you'd like a fun photo for your social media platforms. You want to post something cool.
Instagram,
I know you
Twitter,
do.
y'all see this?
And so we're happy to announce one of the photo opportunities at Just Okay 8. We will have a sloth.
Not only
friends.
Any old sloth, a baby sloth.
I don't think I've ever seen a baby sloth.
And not even any old baby sloth. This sloth's name is Toothless. Because it was born without teeth, and it's the cutest thing.
Wait. Are sloths usually born with teeth?
I don't know.
This is the main part. It's from Maddie's Mission. Years ago, we met Maddie the lemur, and they just recently acquired Toothless, which is a baby sloth. And it's the cutest thing I've ever seen in my life.
Adorable. And if you go to Just Okay, there'll be a place you can go over there, and you can take a picture with Toothless, the baby sloth, because why wouldn't you, right? Who gets that opportunity to hang out with a sloth, to touch a sloth? You get a photograph of a sloth, for God's sake? This is happening, friends, and you can get down to it. DJ Axis says, this is turning into an 80s comedy. Very much so. That's what you're going to be in for, man. This is going to be fun. And if you want those kind of moments, those kind of experiences.
It's a wide spectrum, though, because we're also going to have some stuff that's like not for babies.
Yes,
Or
very
sloth.
much not for kids. Very much not sloth safe. And very much fun. So do go over and get those tickets if you want to hang out with a sloth and be a part of all the other things that are going on for Just Okay. Go to realradio.fm/justokay, and VIP is long gone, but those general admission tickets are there for you right now. When you see the prices, by the way, on the website, that's all in, right? That's all the fees. That's all everything is included. Our price for the tickets is like $35, and they lump on all the other stuff. But that is the out-the-door price that you see at realradio.fm/justokay. There'll be food trucks there. There's all kinds of fun things going on. And you're going to get to meet us. So that alone, I think, hopefully will be cool for some of you. realradio.fm/justokay. Therein lies your plug. And when we come back, the next episode with Sabrina, what's coming up on the next episode?
What's coming up on the next episode? Silver boots, pinball machines, Banksy originals, all belonging to Elton John and could be yours, super rich listeners. According to Liberty DeVito, the Piano Man almost became the Sodomy Man. Plus, why did Mark Summers take his clothes off in front of children? All that and so much more coming up on the next episode.
By the way, I'll pay off that police car flipping over momentarily. We just got a lot going on today, so stay put. That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Coming up tonight on Real Radio at 7, it's a corporate time with Tom and Dan. Brought to you by Gringos Locos and Modern Plumbing Industries. At 9 p.m., it's Real Laughs with comedians James, Miguel, Ken, and Mike. And Real Music starts tonight at 10 on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Cool Today Weather Center, cooltoday.com.
Here is your midday weather update. I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Brooks Garner, and the warm sunshine and deep blue skies doing a number on those earlier cold temperatures. In fact, it is downright delightful outside, arguably a hair cool, our typical high 76, but we're going to top out today about 68 degrees. Hey, no complaints after a rainy and cold weekend. Tonight, under clear skies, we cool down into the 40s, but for tomorrow, warming up yet again into the middle and upper 60s. A late week warm-up leads to some showers on Friday afternoon. For the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Brooks Garner.
This report is sponsored by Wendy's. Wendy's Breakfast 2 for $3 Biggie Bundles lets you choose your perfect duo from your fave 4, like a sausage or egg and cheese biscuit, small seasoned potatoes, or medium hot coffee. Limited time only during breakfast hours. U.S. price and participation may vary. Not valid in the combo. Single item at regular price.
Every parent wants to set their child up for success. Florida Prepaid is here to help. We know that planning for college now is the best foundation for your child's future success. A Florida 529 prepaid plan can be your first step to getting there. Our plans are flexible and 100% risk-free, so you'll never lose your investment. And now is the perfect time to lock in your plan because 2024 plan prices are the lowest they've been in 10 years, starting at just $34 a month. Florida Prepaid open enrollment is now. Enroll today.
In this week's Marketers Report, Dana Nussbaum, Executive Vice President, Worldwide Marketing at Warner Brothers Discovery, weighs in on regional audio marketing.
Although we're marketing at a very broad scale, it does include specific local markets, and that's the beauty of iHeart's network.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia gives marketers access to the audiences, influencers, and data you need to grow. If you're a marketer, go to iHeartResults.com.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed? Because no two people sleep the same. Only the Sleep Number smart bed lets you each choose your individual firmness and comfort, your Sleep Number setting. The Climate 360 smart bed is so smart it actively cools or warms up to 13 degrees on either side for your ideal sleep temperature. And now, during the final days of our President's Day sale, save 50% on the Sleep Number limited edition smart bed, plus 10% off all bases. Ends Monday. To find a store near you, visit sleepnumber.com.
I have diabetes. I'm at risk for pneumococcal pneumonia.
I have asthma. I'm at risk, too.
If you're 19 or older with chronic conditions like asthma, diabetes, COPD, or heart disease, or are 65 or older, you are at increased risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Ask your doctor or pharmacist about Prevnar 20, pneumococcal 20-valent conjugate vaccine, a Pfizer vaccine that can help protect you against pneumococcal pneumonia in just one dose. Even if you've already been vaccinated with other pneumonia vaccines, Prevnar 20 may help provide added protection. Prevnar 20 is approved for adults to help prevent infections from 20 strains of the bacteria that cause pneumococcal pneumonia. Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you've had a severe allergic reaction to the vaccine or its ingredients. Adults with weakened immune systems may have a lower response to the vaccine. Side effects include pain and swelling at the injection site, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138 or visit Prevnar20.com.
HOA and condo board members, it pays to have fiber. Let Blue Stream Fiber show you how fiber internet provides revenue for communities while saving up to 50% off retail rates. Visit bluestreamfiber.com/radio to find out more.
Well, hello there. Join me at Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino to celebrate a new era in gaming with live craps, roulette, and sports betting now available to go along with the biggest selection of slots in South Florida. Plus, all your other favorite table games. Complement your night with my award-winning fine dining and casual fare options, lively bars and lounges, or catch your favorite A-list entertainer at Hard Rock Live. Discover your rhythm today. Go to hardrockholly.com. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, please call 1-888-ADMIT-IT. Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino.
Enjoying the news junkie? You've probably heard a ton of injury attorney commercials, but if you are injured and need a lawyer, who's the right lawyer for you? That's why we offer our 30-day risk-free trial. If you are not 100% satisfied with the way we treat you and your case within the first 30 days, you can take your file back and you owe us nothing. No fees, no costs, and no questions asked. Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com. Go to JustCallMo.com. Mo DeWitt, Orlando attorney.
The free iHeartRadio app has over 100 commercial-free stations, like the Beatles Now and Then. Just search Beatles and listen now on your free iHeartRadio app. Free never sounded so good.
Are you a victim of the timeshare trap and think there's no way out? I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, the original timeshare cancellation expert. And I'm here to tell you that there is a way out. All you need to do is give my office a call. I will send you a timeshare exit information kit absolutely free, explaining how the timeshare industry works and your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free info kit. 800-522-5700. 800-522-5700.
Real Radio is on Facebook at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
He's smiling, and that alone should scare you.
A moment, all the things happening in the world of entertainment and beyond. And guess what, friend? We appreciate you. We thank you for hanging out with us on this Share the Show Tuesday. So spread the word about the News Junkie Radio Show as we get into this. Here we go. Let's do the next episode.
Because there's a lot on TV. You can't possibly keep up with all of it, even though you should, because what else are you going to talk about?
Born in Australia, I got the Tourette's now.
Nothing. Weather's nice. It's time for the next episode with Sabrina.
Hey. Smoke weed every day.
Hold up. The next episode brought to you by that mortgage guy, Don. That mortgage guy, Don. And, of course, he's hosting the Home Loans Radio Show every single weekend, but he's going to also help you out when it comes to refinancing or buying your first dream home, debt consolidation, and everything in between. Work with an expert and a friend, someone who's part of the Real Radio family, and do that by going to thatmortgageguydon.com.
Don't miss the boat, compare your quote with thatmortgageguydon.com.
Ready to feel old, gentlemen.
Yes, indeed. Real quick, one sec. I'm sorry to interrupt. One Smoke Away on YouTube says Ticketmaster links to buy tickets are not working. Is all tickets sold out? The links are at realradio.fm, and you're saying it's from the Real Radio page. If you have a problem, it should be working perfectly. Not VIP, it's sold out, but general admission. If you are having a problem, please email tips@thenewsjunkie.com. Sorry, go ahead.
Hey, no worries. If you go to my Instagram, @SabrinaAmber, I just added the link to the story there, and that goes right to the Access website. So,
boom.
But definitely email Sean if there's an issue. 19 years ago, 2005, the contents of this gal's phone. Paris Hilton and her hacked T-Mobile sidekick hit the internet nearly 20 years ago.
Damn.
Today. Yeah. So, apparently, when looking up all the fun facts about that leak 19 years ago on this day, she kind of changed security for everybody. We kind of have Paris Hilton to thank for all of the security measures we have nowadays.
Mm-hmm.
Now, it was also that the teenager who hacked her sidekick in 2004 was then 20-year-old Nicholas Jacobson. He snatched the private photos of the celeb using an unpatched hole, giggity, in T-Mobile's network. And then another hacker staged his own raid on her phone and released the address book on the internet. He pled to what? It was a decade of something worth of a sentence, right?
Oh, really? I don't remember. It was so long ago now.
There's a man by the name of Lucky, and this is part of the text messages shared with the internet on this day. As long as you got into your voicemail and you set it so it requires a password, nobody will be able to break into your voicemail. Hilton goes, has anybody broken in my BlackBerry yet? Like the email journal? Lucky says, not that I'm aware of. How do you know everything? Paris asks. Well, I've been in the phone hacking scene for quite a long time. And at that point, she gave her password and everything else was released.
One of the hackers was a woman, I guess? Because this says
Lucky 225?
This is Petsar Bikajazadian.
Got it.
Probably Lucky online. Got $130,000 she stole from Paris Hilton. And has to pay a restitution of $318,000 and 3 years supervised release following a 57-month prison sentence.
Not so lucky is this gal right here.
Madonna.
Madonna is right. And
did you see this video, Sean?
We all love a good fall on the stage. And cue Madonna. She hit the boards during her show at the Climate Pledge Arena in Seattle over the weekend. And she took a bit of a spill. It went like this. Oh, I sent you the video, but please don't play the audio because some girl's like, oh my God, F-bomb, F-bomb.
All right, I got it muted over here just to play it along with you.
And then here's the audio. 3, 2, 1.
Yikes.
And boom. Not totally her fault, but it went a little something like this. Sitting in a chair, one of her dancers came from behind Giggity, leaned the chair back, started dragging it across the stage, but the dancer slipped. They both went down, and boom, viral moment.
What choreographer thought that this was a good idea?
Put wheels on the damn chair.
To put Madonna, who's in high heels, in a chair. The dancer is in high heels, is going to lean the chair back and then run down the catwalk.
Seems like a good plan.
Dragging her in the chair where the dancers and like what?
Isn't that what you guys had planned for your bit?
I know we had to cancel
just
it.
Okay.
Yeah, we're cutting it off. Can't do this. It was clearly a disaster waiting to happen.
Also, never forget 2017 where I've completely face planted in front of everybody, and then I did the crybaby, and no one knew the difference, right?
Yeah. Wait. There was never any video that surfaced.
I have begged. I have begged and pleaded that if anyone had video, they would send it. And apparently it does not exist.
Somebody said that looked staged. That wasn't staged. The Madonna thing.
Oh, no.
Staged that.
You just played it off. No, it looked awful. And if you're trying to get a video at this band's concert, might find it in a shed.
Shit.
Tool
is right. What?
Never mind.
Jimmy's Chicken, you said?
Jimmy's Chicken Shack.
That's a shack, not a shed.
Yeah. So in the neighborhood, though, you know?
Not really. But I am talking about Tool, and Maynard James Keenan doesn't want anyone with their phones out, so much so that we have this beautiful clip. He is in the middle of singing Intolerance, and screams at just one fan out of the
This is
thousands
an
there.
appropriate song to be intolerant of something.
He had zero tolerance for it. Listen to this. Put your effing phone down, dickhead. Seriously.
Seriously.
And then continues with the song. Yow! So not the first time a fan incited the rage of Keenan by filming or taking photography, taking photos in a Tool show. Back in December, a singer called another audience member a dickhead for using a flash at a show in Canada, yelling, "Take the light off, dickhead. Take the light off.
All right.
Don't be American. Take it off one more time." The D word. So there you have it. They're going to continue their tour. Just make sure your phone is in your pocket. And God, time do be a flying. Elton John, if you love his stuff and you're super rich, do I have an auction for you?
Yeah, what are we getting from him? Let's see.
Silver Boots, Banksy Original, Pinball Machine, and a lot more going under the hammer in New York. Fans of Sir Elton John's flamboyant style, thank you so much, The Guardian. They will have a big chance to dive into some debt. They're going to have his high-heeled silver boots, the elevator shoes that you know and love, and I imagine he has like 12,000 pairs. There was one time where he declared himself a pinball wizard back in 1975, and one of those pinball machines that he had at his house are going to be up on the block as well, estimated to be $10,000 to $15,000.
Wow.
There's a neon sign in this collection that says "horny?" exclamation point.
And how much is that going for?
It's designed by David LaChapelle for Elton John's residency at the Red Piano in Vegas, and it's estimated to go between $1,000 and $1,500.
Okay,
Damn.
April 25th is my birthday, man.
You want the Elton John horny sign?
Banksy Original Flower Thrower, that famous
Jesus
Banksy
Christ. My God, that's worth millions.
Expect to be the single most expensive item on that offer, on that auction, estimated to get between $1 million and $1.5 million.
I think it'll get a lot more than that, actually. That's crazy, though.
They said the whole collection is 900 pieces in the 10 million range.
What happened?
My
Is
God.
it like something going on with Elton John that we need to know
I don't know.
about?
Maybe he just has so much stuff.
Maybe he doesn't have any more use for a giant neon sign that says "horny."
That's sad,
He
but
still
I
gets
do.
horny.
I'm sure he does.
Yeah.
Speaking of horny, BoobTube, we have the second season premiere of Will Trent on ABC. Fourth season finale of Name That Tune, Little People, Big World, 25th season premiere.
Oh, my God.
Which
Is
I
that
think
for real?
That would be what? 14.5?
Is that the longest running reality show ever? Well, I guess they
No.
throw like Survivor and stuff in. But
They
like,
must do more than one season a year.
yeah,
right?
they
It's not
have
25
to.
years.
That's incredible, though.
7th season premiere of The Good Doctor, which I believe made Sean cry one time, and late nights on repeats. Follow your dreams and me on Instagram at Sabrina Ambra. Check out the sweet Just Okay footage we put on our story, and be sure to get your tickets. Link in bio. Most importantly, stay with me, America.
Smoke weed every day.
Thank you, Sabrina. Is
There
the Good
is
Doctor
a piece of art in this collection that I was not expecting.
What is it?
Horny?
It's called Two Heads.
Yeah.
One of the heads is that of a snake.
Okay.
The other is a penis.
Yeah.
And it's like wrapped around the snake is. You don't really want a snake there usually.
It's
but
like, don't tread on me.
no, it's just like the head. The two heads are together, and the rest of the snake is wrapped. It's a thing.
C-Lane,
That's
you're
dangerous.
perusing this. Is this something that we should start saving up for your birthday?
I do not want this. There's nowhere in the house that
Horny?
this two heads thing will go. $10,000. Somebody's going to pay for this.
Is the Good Doctor the autistic doctor guy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's. Oh, I thought he was not on anymore. I didn't know he was still around. That guy.
I just specifically remember you saying, like, saw The Good Doctor, and I don't know, found myself crying.
No, it's hilarious. All the clips that I've seen from it are like him being that beautiful autistic way where you don't have any filter and you'll say something just brutal and honest to somebody. So like the parents would be like, "Does our son have any chance of surviving?" And he'd be
No.
like, "No." Just like so awkward. It's fantastic. I've only seen clips though. I got to see a little more of that. But I don't know if Courtney will go on that TV journey with me. I really can't, can't watch stuff on my own these days. Yeah, and it's tough.
But you have
Tough times.
5 TVs.
I have a TV in my office, but I usually just stream stuff on there. That's when I get my streaming content in. My whole schedule has changed now. It's totally different. My schedule used to be a lot based on smoking and
drinking alcohol.
Yeah. And so some of that has changed. And so I'm trying to fill the void with other things. And like honestly, last night I get done with dinner and then I got to eat up some time on the clock. And so I had like a whole bag of M&Ms and like a
You
ice
just sit
cream
there in
pop.
silence eating one M&M at a time?
Yes, basically, because that takes up the time that I would be taking a shot. And I'm like, I want to reward myself a little bit. And eventually I won't have to do that as much. But so far, we're getting there. We're making some progress. That's good. Quick break. When we come back, we'll hear from you. And we'll also hear from the first ever baseball player to have one of these. What does it all mean? Wait till you hear this. It's coming up next on the News Chunky.
Orlando City is back on the pitch at Inter & Co Stadium to begin their 2024 campaign by hosting CF Montreal this Saturday. Coverage begins at 7 p.m. on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Watch out for slowdowns on I-4 eastbound before US 27 and approaching State Road 429. It's pretty mellow around the perimeter of I-4. No major problems on State Road 429. Traffic is up to speed on the Greenway. Authorities are clearing up an accident on Orange Avenue northbound before Michigan Street. Travel with caution through there. If you see any traffic troubles, please call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Morgan & Morgan Injury Law Firm.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. For over 35 years, my mission has been to deliver more for our clients. Today, Morgan & Morgan has more offices, more staff, and more lawyers than any other injury firm in the world.
Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Find your new career. The Florida Jobs Now Job Fair, March 13th at the Orlando Science Center. More info at fljobsnow.com.
Did you know your life insurance is an asset you can sell? I'm Jay Jackson, CEO of Abacus Life. For almost 20 years, Abacus has been purchasing life insurance policies from seniors just like you. And at abacuspays.com, we've created a free policy value calculator so you can find out the worth of your policy in just seconds. There are no fees and no obligations. Get real value from your life insurance when you need it with Abacus. Learn more at abacuspays.com.
Monster Jam, as big as it gets. Coming to Camping World Stadium March 2nd. Brought to you by BKT Tires, Great Clips, Circle K, your local Ford dealers, and Morgan & Morgan. You have to see it live, so lock in your seats today at monsterjam.com.
I'm Mark Anajar. I'm Glenn Levine. I'm Ellie Anajar. And we're Anajar and Levine. Experience the Anajar and Levine difference by calling us with any of your legal needs. Call 1-800-747-FREE for a free consultation and take back control of your life. In Office Orlando.
The Arnold Palmer Invitational, presented by MasterCard, returns March 7th through the 10th. Follow your favorite PGA Tour pros as they go for glory. Score a high five at the White Claw Fan Deck. Get groovy at Throwback Thursday, presented by Corksicle. Or embrace your inner foodie at Wine and Dine on 9, presented by Kendall Jackson. For a premium experience, try Orange Grove, complete with all-inclusive food and bar service, including access to the storied Bay Hill Clubhouse. Visit ArnoldPalmerInvitational.com.
Did you know February was American Heart Month? It is. Life Imaging in the FLA wants to remind you that early detection saves lives. The first symptom of heart disease is often sudden death. You know you have the power to detect this before you have any symptoms. Give them a call. Life Imaging FLA. Pick up your phone, dial pound 250, say the words free heart scan, and with a few minimum requirements, you have a value of $699 and you can get that heart scan. Pick up your cell phone, dial pound 250, say the words free heart scan, you'll be connected in seconds. When you get there, talk to them about the cancer screening as well. Super important. You'll have the option to receive a one-time auto dial text message from iHeartMedia. Call pound 250, say the words free heart scan, and you'll be connected in seconds. Get that heart screening. Ask them about the cancer screening. It's super important. Early detection saves lives thanks to Life Imaging FLA. Make sure you tell them Russ Rollins sent you.
If you're hiring, it can feel like you're trying to find a needle in a haystack.
You can hope the right person comes along, or you can just use ZipRecruiter. And now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. In fact, ZipRecruiter has helped a lot of business owners find their needle in a haystack, like Marco, president of operations at Telly Tires and Auto Centers. Because Telly Tires has grown a lot in the last few years, Marco needed to hire everyone from a receptionist to a store manager to a head mechanic.
ZipRecruiter helps me find all the right people, even the most difficult jobs to fill. ZipRecruiter helps me keep my business running.
Take it from Marco and millions of other businesses who've used ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter can help you find the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/RADIO. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire.
This is a story about evil.
Tonight on the CW.
This story was so odd.
Crime Nation will take you behind the crime scenes of some of the nation's most shocking cases.
Not everything is as it appears.
With a new case every week.
Still no sign of Gabby Petito.
Deputies are searching for inmate Casey White and Vicky White.
This is the true crime series you've been waiting for. Who did this? Crime Nation. Series premiere tonight on the CW.
Tonight beginning at 8, only on CW18.
From sunrise to sunset, West 2 News on CW18 has you covered. Mornings from 7 to 10. Start your day with Central Florida's most accurate forecast from First Warning meteorologist Kellyanne Klass.
You'll always have a clear view of what's ahead.
Then tonight at 10, get caught up and know what's happening now with Stuart, Michelle, Tony, and Darren.
It's all in a day's work, and our work never stops.
AM or PM, West 2 News on CW18 has you covered.
Explore the magic of Paul McCartney's songbook in Season 2 of the hit podcast, McCartney, A Life in Lyrics. Each episode finds the songwriter in conversation about the stories and inspirations behind his iconic tunes, like Hey Jude, Yesterday, and Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band.
I was coming back on the plane, and he said, "Will you pass the salt and pepper?" And I misheard him. I said, "What? Sgt. Pepper?"
Listen to McCartney, A Life in Lyrics on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Small business owners, we know tackling your to-do list can sometimes feel like going 12 rounds against a heavyweight champ. Except that heavyweight's gloves are made of something hard, like diamonds. So when a new to-do pops up, you're like, I can't. I'm boxing my diamond boxing glove-wearing heavyweight champ of a to-do list. At Progressive, we don't want to make your day any harder. That's why we make it easy with over 30 customizable coverage options, so you can finally land a knockout blow. See if you can save on business insurance in as little as 6 minutes at ProgressiveCommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company. Coverage provided and serviced by affiliated and third-party insurers.
This is Daytona. The heart of racing, the soul of speed, and the only place in Florida to witness the adrenaline-pumping, awe-inspiring spectacle of Supercross. Daytona Supercross, where champions are made, legends are born, and the biggest names battle it out under the lights at the world center of racing. Don't miss it. The gate drops Saturday, March 2nd. Secure your tickets and trackside access today at DaytonaInternationalSpeedway.com.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because you deserve better. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
Occupying the space between high society and prison tattoos.
Daytona 500 delay had some people pissed off at the airport yesterday.
Oh, I thought you meant pissed off in general. I'm like, you cannot really be that mad at weather. It's just it's unescapable.
Oh my
Talk
God,
about
though, Celine, did you watch Good Day Orlando this morning?
that one guy that was like,
He had no teeth.
Best race.
He's like, if you don't look that 500 horsepower, you're not alive.
Yeah, that's what it was.
True.
Okay.
True.
See the 40 cars whizzing by and he's not alive.
Whenever I see a guy like that, I want to talk to him and I want to be like, hey, what do you think about electric cars? Because those guys hate electric cars, and I don't get it. And
Also, when I see someone like that, I want to talk at a certain distance because I feel like spittle is going to be
flying
headed my way.
I always see those guys, and I'm like, I want to talk to them about electric cars because I don't understand this manliness equals, combustion engine thing. I think like if manliness is attached to like fast or you want to go faster, you want to go as quick as you possibly can, then you should like these electric cars. But for so long, electric cars were like attached to this. You drive an electric car, you pussy. And it's something that just slips right by me.
How long till you think we see on TV a mainstream race of all electric cars?
Ooh.
I think they're already switching to that, and I am in bad territory here. But I have heard that I believe in F1, they're going to electric. I think that's correct.
As long as it goes fast, people will watch.
Yeah. I mean, there are some people who are like, no, you need the noise. I need the noise is terrible. I don't get it. I don't understand. There's a guy in front of us the other day driving like a Honda or something. Man, like just weird ass exhaust.
Go longer, please.
Making all those noises.
That was perfect. Thank you.
And Courtney goes, is it supposed to sound like that? And I said, yes, this is what they're looking for. They want it to be this like loud, obnoxious noise. And she goes, why? I don't know. It's like a guy thing, I guess. I don't know. I've never seen a woman who has said, I need to make my car sound stupid.
I have a bunch of stickers on the back of my laptop, and one of them says, real men use 3 pedals.
Yeah,
and I put it on there as a joke, and I can't tell you the amount of dudes that have come up to me like, love the sticker. Got that too. I'm like, whatever.
No, what is this?
This is a joke. I'm being sarcastic.
Okay. That goes perfectly into what I'm saying. Like, what is this about an automatic transmission? You pussy. What is it about that?
You know what makes you look like a pussy? When you stall out because you don't know how to drive stick shift.
Did the first people who put an engine in a car where they're like, oh, you pussies, we do this with our feet. That's how real man.
Yabba dabba doo.
Like Flintstones was the ultimate version of this. I don't understand it at all. You're supposed to want things that are cool and fast and I don't know, it's just like better. And in so many ways, there's like weird hangups on this. Now, I do agree that the hybrids are kind of lame. I don't like the hybrids, and I don't know I'm ever on board. Because when you got a hybrid, I hate how you're sitting at a stoplight, and then you hit the gas, and it's like, boom, your engine like starts back up.
I can't stand the start up.
It's weird. It's
so
like,
strange.
It seems strange, but I do love electric vehicles, and not even just the Teslas. One of the other ones, I don't know if you guys have ever seen the Rivian. They got cars, and they have an SUV and a truck. And you'll notice them by their headlights because their headlights are markedly different than other vehicles.
That's weird.
They have a lot of cool features, and like the Rivian has built into it an air compressor with the air compressor line that you could pull to any of the tires on your car and fill up your own tires and not have to worry about like going to the gas station or anything like that. There's all these like smart things, and there's all these weirdos who are against them. Because electric equals pussy. I'm never going to get that. I'm never going to understand that lifestyle. I'm never going to understand this. C-Lane might. He's a truck guy now. So he might, I don't drive them.
But if I had an electric truck, I wouldn't care about that.
Yeah, it's still cool, right? I mean, what the hell could go wrong? It seems fine to me. But
for the kind of driving I do, I don't know that the world or the country at least is not quite set up for having your electric vehicle go cross country easily just yet. There are a lot of things.
Can't add a battery pack to it.
The whole thing's a battery pack,
right? But if you add a second one, like they do with the New Vision Pros,
maybe if you just want, if you want zero back seat, just the whole back seat's a battery. I would feel a little scared being in that much battery.
Put the family in the trunk or something.
There's people
like go in the front.
Nicole says noise is part of the fun at the racetrack. I don't get that. I don't understand it. It's obnoxious. It's like really uncomfortably loud. And I don't understand why you would go, oh, there it is. I love that. I love that really loud revving noise. And it's doing major damage to my eardrums. But damn, if I don't love that noise, I'm super into it. Bootsy says the Rivian SUV is sleek. It better be. I think it's like $90,000 or something. I think it's pretty pricey. What I wanted and what I may still get.
The pickup truck's $80,000.
They're emailing me for my car. Not emailing me. They're mailing me. They're actually sending me mail for my car about every week.
Oh, we've been trying to reach you for your extended warranty?
No, not that. But they're trying to reach me.
Still trying to buy it?
Yeah, because my car has very, very low miles, and relatively speaking, I haven't driven it in a long time, but it's just sitting there. It needs to be washed.
Question: do they know that it has really, really low miles?
They keep sending me the amount of mileage I have. So
they know.
weird.
So your car, which is a connected car, it has a feature that I just don't get about cars. That when you got your car, it's like, yeah, the car's got its own Wi-Fi.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I don't know why you would need that.
I don't know why.
I know why a car might want to have a SIM card and have be connected so that you could find it if it's gone or stolen. You can. There's a lot of things you could do safety wise that would be good for the car to be connected to the internet. But to say that you to your passengers oh yes, come in and sign into my car Wi-Fi. The password is Sean Carr. And be like, what's the point in that?
Just for the record, my password to my car Wi-Fi is not Sean Carr.
Sean
Far
Carr
more
2.
secure. PF says Wasson has never driven a manly car with a proper exhaust. I have driven many cars that you, with your simplistic view of what manly means. My view of manly is fights
Mazda
off
3.
a wolf. Went toe-to-toe with a bear. That's my view of manly. Took on an intruder and killed him as they tried to attack their family.
Ran over a German Shepherd.
No, that was an accident. I didn't mean to do that. But I have been behind the wheel of all sorts of cars that would surprise you. I've driven a 69 GTO. I've driven multiple Corvettes. I used to, on the company's dime, every time I would rent a car, I would just rent the Vet. I'd be like, let's get this thing.
I'll tell you what, nothing.
I said, what kind of car should I rent? And they were like, it's a corporate car. Get whatever you want. And I said, Corvette it is.
I have never felt more in my element, more skilled as a driver than when I was driving the RV to Bonnaroo last year, because especially through the Tennessee mountains.
Yeah.
And I could top maybe 65, but it was like that rig, that bouncy kind of rig feeling. And then driving in Ireland. It didn't matter what car you're driving. If you can make it through those roads, you're invincible.
That's a whole different world, man. To drive in another country, oh my God.
Oh my gosh, I'm looking at these Rivian SUVs. I don't see one below $94,000.
Yeah, they're very expensive.
But you're going to get one, aren't you?
No, I don't think so. Like I said, I don't know if I said it or not. I want to get, there's an electric Genesis that they have, and it's like the Genesis SUV that's electric. I don't know how expensive it is, but I was thinking about trading mine in for one of those, and I would love to do that. I would get on that in a second.
Would you get you would have to get some, or would you get a charging station, or would you charge it elsewhere?
I would, but Courtney's very against some of this stuff. I don't understand it.
Your power bill's going to be insane.
I guess it's not that bad. I heard Jimmy talking about it before, and he said it was not nearly as bad as he expected it would be. I think he got a Tesla, or Tori got a Tesla, or something.
I don't think it's a Tesla. I think it's a different electric vehicle, but I know that a lot of them, some of the, I think Tesla just announced that all of the Ford electric cars are going to be, they're starting to give out these converters, so you could you could pull your Ford electric vehicle into one of the Tesla superchargers and make it compatible. Right. But you got to pay. I mean, whether you're paying your own power bill, charging at home, or going to one of these places, you still have to pay. They still charge you
a lot of money off, though, like write-offs or tax, government rebates or something like that. My parents
with electric car.
My parents got a Tesla not too long ago, and they're working on the second one because of how much money they are actually saving.
I like it. I would be down for it. Courtney judges on cars a lot. The other day, we were trying to go to watch the Super Bowl. I told you guys we went to a place that was too busy. And when we pulled in, she was like, oh, this douchebag. God, this guy's such a douchebag. And I go, all you know about that guy is that he's driving a Corvette. She's like, yeah, it's a douchebag car.
Yeah, but is it yellow? Is it bright
blue.
lime? Yeah, that's
was blue.
I can't. I'm with Courtney on that one. We get it. You have an expensive car. We could tell that just by the shape of it and the sound of it. And then you go and get a paint job that makes it bright as the eyes can see.
It was like
You're an
electric
asshole.
blue. What if that's a color, electric blue? That's what
definitely
it is.
is.
Like something that would fit into the Barbie family in those like hues of colors that they have. And she immediately was like, what is this thing?
You're not alone, Courtney.
Guy's a douchebag. Nicole says 69 GTOs were badass cars that I remember. Yes, they were, with the six-pack. You get the first set of 2 carburetors to open up, and then the second set of carburetor, and then the third set when the full six-pack is revving, and all that gasoline is flowing into the engine. Well, a 6-barrel carburetor.
Ooh,
2 at a time opening up. I've driven a Roadrunner. I've driven a Charger. I've driven all kinds of things.
I'm getting a moped.
I don't
How about
derive this idea of manly, cool, tough, whatever you want to call it, from vehicles. I don't. It's not a thing for me necessarily. I don't get that. Maybe you do. If so, fine. Let's go over to you in just a moment.
He's not even inviting you to send a dispatch. We don't want to hear from you.
I don't know that I can go anywhere with that dispatch. Sean, you don't know trucks are the best and cars with big engines and exhaust system. Look, I know. I was 21 once too. I had a Camaro. It wasn't even an RS. It was just a regular Camaro. And I put the dual exhaust on it with a whole setup, a whole exhaust setup, carburetors and all that stuff. Or not carburetors,
exhaust pipe.
Headers and everything. And it was loud and stupid and obnoxious. And then I turned 25 and I said, I don't necessarily want that stuff anymore.
Freon.
If you're into it, cool, do your thing. I think I was done with the Freon by 25.
Oh.
Maybe 26.
Acid.
It was no, it was all before like 25 or 26. Remember, at 26, I had a kid that was like 7 or 8 years old.
Oh, right.
So I had to get a lot of that out of my system. I can't be the Freon guy and the guy that somebody calls dad at the same time. Feels awkward. It feels a little weird. Like, Celine, imagine Jackson.
Son of a bitch.
6 or 7.
Guys, I am so embarrassed right now.
What'd you do?
I fell for the monthly fishing test.
Oh!
C-Lane, that is so... You're...
Oh, wow. All right, let's back up here, folks.
You're a dumbass.
Whoa.
You're a dumbass.
So,
how did
each
you fall
month,
for that?
I think it's each month, our company, iHeartRadio, does a phishing test where they email and they'll be like, you won an Amazon gift card. Just put in your login information right here. And we're all generally, what do you think? We're all dumb. We're not going to fill that out. And we never fall for it. You end up on a list if you fall for it.
As a matter of fact, I've sent it over because the big steps is
Turn
like,
it in.
Yeah, make sure you let people know. And then I'll get an email back like, congratulations, you did not fall for it. We'll make note of this.
You reported it, and you're on the good list. What happened? How did they get you, man?
There was a compelling email.
What
it was a celebrity porn, wasn't it?
No. It said that my time off request was canceled or rescinded because the request exceeds vacation balance. Like, basically, just oh, good. My son is listening right now too, so he's listening to my story of failure.
He's disappointed in real time.
And it seemed like I was like, I did not request any time. Let me go find out what's wrong with this.
Did you log in? Did you put your information in there?
I did.
No!
Are you sure this is a phishing test and not the real
no,
hacker?
it is. It's the thing.
What did it say? Was there like a hey dum dum message?
And it always says you've been fished, and here's all the things. Like here's all the points of the email that you should have known better about. Usually, because I've seen this page a bunch because usually I put in fake information like not falling for this one, and now I did it.
I can't wait till the company-wide email goes out to use you as an example.
Really? Because MFQ on YouTube says C-Lane is the last person on the News Junkie I expect to fall for that. But here he is.
Pay attention, man.
It was a good one.
Damn it, man. That's
Got
embarrassment.
him.
Sorry about that, iHeartRadio.
Jackson, he's never done this before, okay?
Mm-hmm. Usually he's good with technology, Jackson. Usually knows what he's talking about.
That next photo shoot, he's just going to flick you off.
Yeah.
How dare you?
You have it coming. All right.
He does that all the time.
over that police chase that I was mentioning earlier. This is not how things are supposed to go, but it's how it went regardless. Here goes nothing. Let's go to the dash cam.
No, not yet.
All right. Trying to pit the Hertz or the U-Haul van.
Oh.
At a high rate of speed. That one crashes. Oh, over we go in the police car as well. Good ideas all around here. And
You're a dumbass.
yeah, I mean, I think, like, can we stop with the police chases? And this guy's like...
A highway full of people.
Everywhere. And they had to be going, I don't know, I'm not seeing any speedometers, but 40, 50 miles an hour. They're going fast. At the very least, they're going 40, 50, maybe even faster. And the guy said, God had his hand on me. That's how I survived.
Jesus took the wheel and did the pit maneuver.
How insane. If there is a God, he must laugh particularly loud at some of you fools. Because when you're like, you know what, I did a dumb thing, and then I'm going to credit God. God had his hand on me.
Thank you, Jesus.
When I decided to do that dumb thing that one time, and here we go. God had his hand on me during this rollover crash. Not a good idea for those of you who can't see.
Did God have your hand when you answered that phishing email?
Not quite.
No, probably not.
He had bigger fish to fry, I think.
Unbelievable. Sunset John says, Celia and I have a piece of the sky to sell you. They're all thinking now that you're a sucker. You're just going to fall for all this stuff.
It happens.
Real quick, in the world of baseball, a first has arrived. Parker Bird. He's the first player in Division I history to play with what?
With a prosthetic leg.
You got that. You've seen this story.
Oh, no. I swear to
No
God,
way.
I swear to
That's right.
the big man upstairs. I got it? Really?
Yes, it's a prosthetic leg. He's the first player in Division I history to play with a prosthetic leg.
That's an expensive prosthetic leg in order to run the bases.
They're really getting good, aren't they?
Yeah.
If you could play at a Division I level in baseball.
Does he have the Oscar Pistorius kind of leg where it bounces?
No, like you just the regular ones where you put the shoe on the end. Wow. He's got one of those, and he's able to do it. And he said he's been working really hard for this moment. The support I had from my teammates, this community has been amazing, and he's made it to Division I level and making history as well. First to play with a prosthetic leg. Good for him, man. All right, quick break. When we come back, we'll get to you. Plus, we got to talk about what was just decided at the Alabama Supreme Court. That'll probably be in jury duty a little bit later, but this is insane. And the NYPD has something new to show off. People don't... Excuse me.
That was the deepest one you've had all year.
Sorry. People don't like it that much. I tried my best to keep it till the break. I apologize for being unprofessional. But the NYPD has something brand new, and people don't necessarily like this. What is it? It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real radio. It is.
Monsters in the Morning.
Russ, if Ryan gets a speedboat, the next day's headline is going to be this: Captain Corn Carney causes carnage at Causeway.
Ah, damn, he did it.
The Monsters in the Morning.
Real radio 104.1.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Travel with caution. Authorities are clearing up an accident blocking the right lane on State Road 408 eastbound at Goldenrod Road, exit 16. There's also an accident on Orange Avenue northbound before Michigan Street causing a bit of delays. And on I-4 this afternoon, you could expect your regular delays before US 27 and approaching Sand Lake Road in both directions. See traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Morgan & Morgan Injury Law Firm.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. If you've been injured in an accident and would like to know the value of your case, go to forthepeople.com to see cases just like yours. You see, all lawyers are not the same. Morgan & Morgan.
Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Listen up, my friends. You get a better deal on any home loan when you work with a broker, but you get the satisfaction of simplicity and honesty when you work with that mortgage guy, Don, from thatmortgageguyDon.com, and of course, the Home Loans Radio Show. If you want to see the difference, go to the website right now. Apply now and get a quote, or get a free analysis of your existing quote. And any question you have direct access to the expert himself. Plain and simple, no spam, no hassle, just peace of mind.
Don't miss the boat, compare your quote with thatmortgageguyDon.com.
This is a story about evil.
Tonight on the CW.
This story was so odd.
Crime Nation will take you behind the crime scenes of some of the nation's most shocking cases.
Not everything is as it appears.
With a new case every week.
Still no sign of Gabby Petito.
Deputies are searching for inmate Casey White and Vicky White.
This is the true crime series you've been waiting for.
Who did this?
Crime Nation. Series premiere tonight on the CW.
Tonight beginning at 8, only on CW18.
From sunrise to sunset, WESH2 News on CW18 has you covered. Mornings from 7 to 10. Start your day with Central Florida's most accurate forecast from First Warning meteorologist Kellyanne Klass.
You'll always have a clear view of what's ahead.
Then tonight at 10, get caught up and know what's happening now with Stuart, Michelle, Tony, and Darren.
It's all in a day's work, and our work never stops.
AM or PM, WESH2 News on CW18 has you covered.
By texting 64,000, you agree to receive recurring automated marketing messages from Real Success. Message and data rates may apply. No purchase required. Terms apply. Available at ourrealsuccess.com.
Do you want to learn how to make money flipping houses and acquiring rental properties right here in Orlando? We're offering a handful of motivated individuals the opportunity to attend our workshop right here in Orlando for free. That's right. We'll give you 2 free tickets when you text EARN to 64,000. Orlando's the perfect market to flip houses and build rental income. Discover the simple steps developed by Joe Arias, one of real estate's greatest rags to riches stories. You'll learn to flip properties and secure rental properties without using your own money and in your spare time. Don't miss this opportunity. Come to a complimentary live 2-hour workshop next week right here in Orlando and learn how to start making money flipping homes and building long-term wealth with rental properties. To get 2 free tickets, text EARN to 64,000. Text in the next 10 minutes, and registrants will also receive a free copy of our Funding for Deals guide. Text EARN to 64,000 for 2 complimentary tickets. Text EARN to 64,000.
Join Jim Colbert on The Jim Colbert Show for his Cigar of the Week segment every Friday afternoon at 3:45. You can pick up these featured cigars at all 3 Corona Cigar Company locations, Dr. Phillips, Heathrow, and downtown. Learn more at coronacigar.com.
The following is a promotion of Guarantee Media and not iHeartMedia or this station. Attention! Our friends from Guarantee Media are giving away a 5-day Caribbean cruise with all meals and entertainment included for only $99 to the first 50 listeners to tell me the name of a country without the letter A in its name. You know it? A country that doesn't have the letter A on its name, and you'll go on a cruise to the Caribbean. Text your answer to 96551, and you'll get a 5-day Caribbean cruise with all meals and entertainment included. You heard right. Be one of the first 50 to text the name of a country without the letter A in its name, and you'll go on a 5-day cruise. Text your answer to 96551. That's 96551. Be one of the first 50 listeners to tell me a country without the letter A in its name and get a 5-day Caribbean cruise with all meals included for only $99. Text your answer to 96551. Text a country without the letter A in its name to 96551. This is not a contest. It is a paid advertising by Guarantee Media with the purpose of soliciting sales on vacation ownership and is not affiliated with iHeartMedia. Some terms and conditions apply.
This earful of Real Radio is brought to you by crimeline.org. Give a tip anonymously.
The free iHeartRadio app has over 100 commercial-free stations waiting for you to explore right now, like the Beatles Now and Then, celebrating all things Beatles. Legendary clips, deep cuts, live performances, and all their solo hits. Just open the free iHeartRadio app and search the Beatles Now and Then and listen now. iHeartRadio. Free never sounded so good.
iHeartRadio.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
High diving face first into the world's most viral newsroom.
Away. We got to eventually get into breakdancing Dad, who's sort of becoming the person of the week on social media, a la Bean Dad. And, you know, each week there's one person that goes viral. You remember Bean Dad?
Which one was Bean Dad?
It was the Jeopardy guy thing. And Bean Dad was the one who was like, my daughter couldn't open a can of beans, so I told her I wouldn't open it for her. If she wanted to eat, she better get that can of beans open. And people were like clutching pearls at everything around that time. And so they said, oh my God, this is an abusive dad. And I think he was on a podcast with Ken Jennings. And so it was one of the reasons why he was like kind of kicked out of contention for the Jeopardy gig for a bit, or
because Ken Jennings and Bean Dad are friends or something.
Yeah, they're buddies, and they're like, that's no good.
You know, Ken is really coming into his own. He's killing it lately.
It seems like that's
Who was the guy we used to
fit.
have on Real Radio?
What do you mean?
When I was an intern, it was like we talked to this guy the whole time. It wasn't Ken Jennings, right?
Yeah, no, it wasn't Ken Jennings.
Okay, it was another Jeopardy guy.
He won 5 times.
That's what it was.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I got scared every time when Ken Jennings went viral, and he was, making his comeback.
His name was Jeff. I think we called him Jeopardy Jeff.
Oh, right.
His name is Jeff.
That makes sense. Do we have any listeners here in 2024 that have been on Jeopardy or any reality show?
Yeah, I would
Send
think
a
maybe.
dispatch. Would love to see you.
There was a guy. There was a guy that was just on. They just went through. I'm behind a handful of days, but they've just been going through. They're about to do Tournament of Champions, and so they did some Second Chance and some Champions Wild Card.
Oh.
And there was a guy that had that had come on there, and he was from Orlando.
Oh.
And he won already. And they had like a big watching party for him when he won. And then this time around...
Oh, my God. You're getting in so much trouble with that phishing email.
Is that your phishing emails coming in? I've heard 2 of them.
By the way, I feel less bad about that, and I'll tell you why in a second. The guy from Orlando, he had already won, and he's doing the tournament, the wild card thing, and he just didn't do well. I mean, he was really, really low on the winnings when it came to Final Jeopardy. But he did wager 407, and I was like, look at you. You didn't do great, but you did another little nod to Orlando.
I like that. All right, now why was it less embarrassing that you fell for this phishing test that iHeartRadio did?
I mean, first of all, it's an internal test, so, there's no harm, no foul here.
Right.
Second,
thank God.
Second, if it was an actual person trying to get information and get into my email account, they straight up couldn't do it with just my password.
Why not? Because they have to have a VPN.
You have to have the 2-factor. You have to get in the app and put in the stupid
isn't
number.
It once you click a link?
No.
That's how you kind of open up the gates for everybody?
No, just clicking a link. You got to give them the information.
Oh.
Like when you log in the morning, don't they send you a little passcode and then you put that in and then they let you log in?
I look like an idiot because I'm like, my face does not recognized. Okay, I'll get closer. All right, no problem.
We have like 11 steps for things, and that's why nobody blogs anymore.
Then
right?
I almost went downstairs without my phone. I would have been locked out, and I'm like, do I have the tech yips today? just failing on all accords.
Real quick, this is going to be just delightful for the anti-vax types out there.
Let's go, baby.
Because there's a story today from Bloomberg, and it says, the largest COVID vaccine study yet finds links to health conditions. And this is the kind of stuff that about 2.5 years ago, saying this would be like, you're in the outskirts of humanity. Oh, my God, how dare you? But now they're saying vaccines that protect against severe illness, death, and lingering long COVID symptoms from a coronavirus infection are linked to small increases in neurological, blood, and heart-related conditions in the largest global vaccine safety study today. The rare events, so they still identify them as rare, identified early in the pandemic, included a higher risk of heart-related inflammation from mRNA shots made by Pfizer, BioNTech, and Moderna, and an increased risk of a type of blood clot in the brain after immunization with viral vector vaccines, such as the one by AstraZeneca. So they said more than 13.5 billion doses have been administered, saving 1 million lives in Europe alone, they say. But they said a small portion of people immunized were injured by the shots, stoking debate about their beliefs versus harms. This is why, and I don't know that anybody's doing this anymore, but even at the time I was wholeheartedly against, I'm always against forcing somebody, even if it's just severe social pressure to force somebody to get a vaccine. I think you got to make a vaccine attractive enough so people want to do it.
Yeah, did you see the Super Bowl commercial for Pfizer?
No, is it? You know the one that we're airing? What is up with that one? We have one. We have one that we air on at least the HQ station, and it's about getting the vaccine, but it's done by these like foreign accent voices.
Hello, Zuvansapok.
Seems like a strange thing to me. Like if you have people,
the vaccine for you.
Like if people distrust the vaccines, you're like, oh, let's do this. Let's have these people do this. What was the one during the Super Bowl?
Oh, Pfizer just had like this big number. I mean, it seemed very elaborate.
trying to get more people to get like updated shots?
Or just go with Pfizer medication? It wasn't necessarily the COVID vaccine. It was whatever Pfizer does.
It was called Here's to Science, and it was to the tune of Don't Stop Me Now by Queen.
Okay.
But it was like everything Pfizer has done in all the decades that they've been around.
Yeah, this is myocarditis or inflammation
moved me, man.
of the heart muscle was consistently identified following a first, second, and third dose of mRNA vaccines. The study found the highest increase in the observed to expected ratio was seen after the second jab with the Moderna shot. There you go. So they found statistically significant increases in Guillain-Barré syndrome, which is not good. Various other things. This is why there's a health risk. There's a health risk to getting a vaccine or to not getting a vaccine. And for a while, you just took anybody who would say this stuff, and you were like, you wanted to shoot them in a cannon out of civilization and say, this what you're saying is deadly. It's dangerous. It's killing people. But when all the abacus strings are in order and the beads are where they should be, it turns out some of that worry was right. It was right for people to have some kind of fear about that. Now, keep in mind, whenever I hear people go nuts about this stuff, I go, there is nothing in the history of mankind that has been given out to as many people as these vaccines have. There's literally nothing. There's nothing in the history of mankind that has been tried by more human beings.
Not true. AOL CDs.
AOL CDs, maybe. There was a lot of those.
Great point.
There was a lot of those back then. Maybe you could say, and this is why I argue, like they say, we can't make birth control over the counter, excuse me.
Pounder.
Over the pounder. You know what I mean? And I'm like, there's been so many millions and millions and millions and millions and millions of women who have taken birth control, the popular pills, for extended periods of time. There's no reason why you wouldn't make that something that was available to consenting adults who could look at all the dangers over the counter. But we just do this stuff because we do. That's how it works.
Yeah.
I really like something that's a new trend out there, and I don't know if you guys have seen this.
Boofing?
But it's not boofing. But have you seen the speed running of beats that people are doing? It's really cool.
I have not. Tell me more.
All right. So one of the people
are
who
these
does
the beats that are by Dre, or are these the actual
music beats? One of the guys who does this, his name is
vegetable
Zestro, Zestro, and he's done it. I've seen somebody else do it. They did it with Soulja Boy. Crank That. There's that song. And the guy who did the beat started from scratch.
Oh, I know exactly what you're talking about. It's a race. Like you have to try to make the beat within a certain amount of seconds, and it's like live streamed, right?
Yeah, they're in some sort of software where they can make musical beats. And they say, all right, I'm going to do Soulja Boy. And they say starting in 3, 2, 1. And then they start making the beat from the beginning drum sound to the bass.
Oh, it's
and the
wild
guy,
looking.
Yeah. And it's like the guy who did the Soulja Boy thing, God, I forgot how fast it was, but maybe it was 12 seconds or something to where he had the whole beat. Oh, let me see if I can bring this up.
And it's like utilizing every keyboard shortcut possible. Of course, you have to be very skilled in that program. I think it was like, was it Fruity Loops or something? Maybe whatever software.
Yeah, FL Studio.
FL Studio, that's what it was. And then you just watch them. And I've only seen the TikTok clips because it's all you need. And they all of a sudden copy and paste and then move some stuff around and do something on the keyboard where it's like, all right, I'm done. And they play it, and it's the exact same beat that we're all very familiar with.
It's insane to see how fast it is.
That took them months to make.
I'll try to get it. How do you spell Soulja Boy? Because I am not hitting
SOUL.
All right.
As in soul.
And then J, as in Jesus.
Is there a D in there?
No.
Nope. Soulja. Has it not auto-filled it out for you at this point?
No.
And then B-O-Y?
There's a H after the soldier, right?
Crank.
Yeah, this guy's got him.
Crank that.
Okay. I will find that so you can see what I'm talking about because it is just incredibly impressive. And the person who did it is really talented.
I already found it, so I win that speed round.
You? Okay, can you send that to me real quick?
Yeah.
Speed run.
It is like, this is the next level of people who are making music. And maybe it says something about how easy it is to make some of these songs. But the guy who did this was like, hitting his keyboard as fast as he possibly could. And the next thing you know, boom, he's got the entire song up and ready to go. And for me, I was super impressed by that. Celia, let me know when you send that.
She already sent it.
Okay. Now I'm winning the speed run.
All right, this is it right here.
I got a faster one. You said
is there cursing in this?
It does say former world record holder. But this is very fast. It's in 30 seconds.
Okay, I think I got it.
Hit it.
I think he's doing it already, but he's like getting all the samples up. He's 7 seconds
there's no
sound? Maybe I muted it. No, there's sound. I guess he just hasn't played anything yet. Is he doing this all without actually hearing? Oh, okay.
Oh.
Wow.
So that's him putting the actual notes in, and then he just dropped a whole bunch of them into the timeline. Now he's at 25 seconds. He's copy pasting, deleting a whole bunch of
2
stuff.
2 seconds left.
There he goes. 30 seconds, point 20.
Now he plays it.
And that's the beat that he made.
That would take me months.
That's crazy, right? 30 seconds.
Yeah, but he had all the samples ready.
No, I think he just used... I don't know.
I'm pretty impressed. I think that's phenomenal. Check that out, and I'll put that in See It Now as well, so you can take a peek. Okay, quick break. We're running behind. We will come back with jury duty, including this insane story about the New York Police Department, the NYPD, and what they have just debuted, and a decision in the Alabama Supreme Court that is going to impact a lot of people. What is it? Well, it's all coming up next on the News Junkie.
You're listening to Real Radio 104.1. Online at realradio.fm. On your phone with the free iHeartRadio app. And on hundreds of devices like Alexa, Google Home, Xbox, and Sonos. We are an iHeartRadio station.
Here's what's trending from the iHeart Sports Network, presented by DraftKings Fantasy.
Throughout the history of the NFL, special team stars have helped change multiple games. Receiving a gold jacket for your contributions on special teams is rare, but in today's NFL, mirroring latest Hall of Fame inductee Devin Hester's career will prove difficult. In attempts to make the game safer, the NFL has incentivized players not to return kicks or punts. That's just the trade-off we have to deal with in favor of player safety. I'm Dan Patrick.
Check out what DraftKings has to offer this season with code SPORTS, because life's more fun when you're in on the action. DraftKings, the crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Age and eligibility restrictions apply. Void where prohibited. See DraftKings.com for details.
Not sure what's the best way to save for college? Florida Prepaid has a plan for you. For more than 35 years, we've helped Florida families successfully save for college. And now we've made it even more affordable to save with prepaid plans starting at just $34 a month. That's the lowest plan price in 10 years. Visit myfloridaprepaid.com and use our Easy Plan calculator to find the right plan for your family's budget and put your child on the path to less college debt. Florida Prepaid open enrollment is now. Find your plan today.
By now, you've heard all of our ads. America's largest injury law firm. It means that when you hire us, you get a legal army. When it comes to law, size matters. Morgan & Morgan. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
This is Monster Jam. Witness big air, two-wheel skills, backflips, and all-out racing. Monster Jam. As big as it gets. Brought to you by BKT Tires and Morgan & Morgan. Visit MorganMonsterJam.com for your $20 ticket from Morgan & Morgan. Visit website for restrictions and details. Coming to Camping World Stadium March 2nd. You have to see it live, so don't miss it.
I have diabetes. I'm at risk for pneumococcal pneumonia.
I have asthma. I'm at risk too.
If you're 19 or older with chronic conditions like asthma, diabetes, COPD, or heart disease, or are 65 or older, you are at increased risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Ask your doctor or pharmacist about Prevnar 20, pneumococcal 20-valent conjugate vaccine, a Pfizer vaccine that can help protect you against pneumococcal pneumonia in just one dose. Even if you've already been vaccinated with other pneumonia vaccines, Prevnar 20 may help provide added protection. Prevnar 20 is approved for adults to help prevent infections from 20 strains of the bacteria that cause pneumococcal pneumonia. Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you've had a severe allergic reaction to the vaccine or its ingredients. Adults with weakened immune systems may have a lower response to the vaccine. Side effects include pain and swelling at the injection site, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138 or visit Prevnar20.com.
Pucker up, Central Florida.
RC Hill here from RC Hill Mitsubishi. This month, I'm on a mission to help you fall in love with a new car. So if your old rides left you brokenhearted, kiss it goodbye. Used cars from just $89 per month. New cars from just $189 per month. So get here quick. I'm RC Hill, your car dealer next door. Central Florida's first choice for new Mitsubishis. Visit me at rchill.com. That's rchill.com.
Credit requires bank approval. See rchill.com for details. Offer absolutely ends February 29, 2024.
It may be cool and comfortable right now, but before you know it, Florida's intense summer sunshine will be beating down on us and our homes. And if you're tired of watching the sun ruin your furniture and make the inside feel like a sauna, it's time to replace your old windows with the latest designs from Renewal by Andersen. Every single window is custom built with your specs in mind, your hardware choices, styles, look, and feel of your specialty windows. Renewal by Andersen has a great offer to help you get started too. Now through the month of February, buy 4 windows and or patio doors and get the 5th free. Plus, no money down, no payments, and no interest for 18 months. They're locally owned and operated, and everything is made in the USA. Renovations can be scary, but Renewal by Andersen can make it easy. Some restrictions apply. Official partner of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Go to rbafla.com for complete details. License number CGC 1527613.
Explore the magic of Paul McCartney's songbook in Season 2 of the hit podcast, McCartney, A Life in Lyrics. Each episode finds the songwriter in conversation about the stories and inspirations behind his iconic tunes, like Hey Jude, Yesterday, and Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band.
I was coming back on the plane, and he said, "Will you pass the salt and pepper?" And I misheard him. I said, "What? Sgt. Pepper?"
Listen to McCartney, A Life in Lyrics on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
I have diabetes. I'm at risk for pneumococcal pneumonia.
I have asthma. I'm at risk too.
If you're 19 or older with chronic conditions like asthma, diabetes, COPD, or heart disease, or are 65 or older, you are at increased risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Ask your doctor or pharmacist about Prevnar 20, pneumococcal 20-valent conjugate vaccine, a Pfizer vaccine that can help protect you against pneumococcal pneumonia in just 1 dose. Even if you've already been vaccinated with other pneumonia vaccines, Prevnar 20 may help provide added protection. Prevnar 20 is approved for adults to help prevent infections from 20 strains of the bacteria that cause pneumococcal pneumonia. Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you've had a severe allergic reaction to the vaccine or its ingredients. Adults with weakened immune systems may have a lower response to the vaccine. Side effects include pain and swelling at the injection site, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138 or visit Prevnar20.com.
I'm Mark Anajar.
I'm Glenn Levine.
I'm Ellie Anajar.
And we're Anajar and Levine. Experience the Anajar and Levine difference by calling us with any of your legal needs. Call 1-800-747-FREE for a free consultation and take back control of your life.
In Office Orlando.
Small business owners, we know tackling your to-do list can sometimes feel like going 12 rounds against a heavyweight champ. Except that heavyweight's gloves are made of something hard, like diamonds. So when a new to-do pops up, you're like, I can't. I'm boxing my diamond boxing glove-wearing heavyweight champ of a to-do list. At Progressive, we don't want to make your day any harder. That's why we make it easy with over 30 customizable coverage options, so you can finally land a knockout blow. See if you can save on business insurance in as little as 6 minutes at ProgressiveCommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company. Coverage provided and serviced by affiliated and third-party insurers.
Some people just know the best rate for you is a rate based on you with Allstate, not one based on anyone else. So if you drive safely, you could save money. Good to know. Visit allstate.com or call for a quote today.
Real Radio is on Instagram at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Real Radio 104.1.
Home of the world famous Game of Magnets. This is the new.
Leon Ellis and Rahe, the latest Secret Show subscribers, appreciate you, love you, and you can join in on the fun. Go over to thenewsjunkie.com, learn about Secret Shows right now. We're going to record one of those tonight because we got Fritz's wedding coming up on Friday, which is going to be really, really fun, and I'm super excited for it. I don't know about you, C-Lane, but I've been doing a little shopping.
I do not know what I'm wearing yet.
I got like an outfit together.
All right.
And, because I had some stuff. I had a suit from Josh Fowler's wedding and a suit from C-Lane's wedding.
No, the suit from Josh's we had to give back.
Did we?
Yeah.
I have two suits
Did you not
somehow.
give it back, bud?
Maybe, I don't know. Somehow I have two suits. I don't know how I got them, but somehow I have two suits. And I was like, let's see what fits. Let's see what I could get like tailored.
Oh, wait. I'm an idiot.
Oh.
You
just got fished again, bro?
No.
I wasn't at Josh's wedding party. So
that just dawned on me that you could have kept your suit because you weren't a groomsman.
Yeah, I don't have to just give one back randomly that I bought from the store. I don't think they would have that sort of power over me. But I was reading in Fritz's wedding, I forgot the name of the attire. It's like
Garden Party.
Garden Party. That's it. Garden Party attire. And I go, all right. I haven't heard of that before. And I see, okay, this is like the big thing now that people do. And it's like dressy, but like a little tiny casual flair. And I said, okay, so I want a suit and then I want a shirt that's a little bit loud. Like I want like
You're going to make the wedding about you?
No, come on. It's ridiculous.
How loud are you going, bud?
I'm going to go like a floral kind of shirt underneath the sports coat. And then I'm going to go like with some fun socks that will match it as well. I've never done these things before.
I'm part of the groom's party, a groom's lady, and I bought this beautiful white dress that goes all the way down to my, and has a trail. And
it says bride on the back?
Yeah, with a veil, of course.
Yeah, obviously. Right, yeah.
No, I bought a lady suit.
Yes, you were trying to get some help.
Did you not own a lady suit before?
I did, but not with the garden boho theme.
Okay.
So this one I ordered online.
What's boho?
Like
Bohemian.
Bohemian. Like it's just aesthetically pleasing, but in a particular color set. Anyways, ordered it from India.
Oh,
they had me. It was awful, but they made me send pictures of myself.
Wow, because India was awful?
What? Because they're like, we need pictures of you if you can. You can put an emoji over your face, but we need to see what your body looks like.
What?
So there I was in my bra and leggings, like, and then turned around. So now it's a couple more like tailored moments, and I'm supposed to be picking it up hopefully tomorrow.
Wow.
And here we go.
So how did it get from India to here?
Mail. They shipped it. Etsy.
They shipped it somewhere here, and you pick it up like at an actual place here?
No, they sent it to my house, and I put it on. I'm like, this is we need some adjustments. So I immediately went to one of the recommended Facebook comments, and this lady just like immediately put pins in my body. I was like, all right, see you in 4 days.
Those people are crazy talented, man.
So good and so patient.
Yeah, I have no idea what they're doing, but we went in.
Did you go to
one
Little
time.
Vietnam for it?
I sure did.
Hell yeah.
Shout out Hungs.
Right by Gay Publix?
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think that's the place that I went to, too. And you go in this tiny little spot, and you go, I need to get this fitted. And the woman speaks, like, broken English, but damn if she can't get the job done. Like, the best of the best. You can't touch that. But, yeah, I got, like, a flashy kind of shirt. And, I tried on stuff and everything. Like, I went into, you know how long it's been since I, Sean Watson, went into the dressing room of a store and tried
not
something
have
on?
sex?
To not have sex, to just get an outfit? I've never done this before, but I was like, I don't know if this thing's going to fit. And then I was going to get one of those shirts that are, I don't know, I still don't know. C-Lane got corrected on it one time, whether it's Roosevelt's or Results or whatever the brand is.
Now I don't know.
I have no
think it's
idea what you guys are
Roosevelt's.
talking about.
It's like a guy shirt brand where they're like loud prints, you know? And so I'm putting thought into this. I'm
excited. It's going to be a fun wedding. Tomorrow, it's going to be the last Fritz on the street that he's a single unmarried man.
He's not doing that tomorrow.
Oh, right. Spoiler alert. So sorry.
He's got a busy week ahead of him right now, so he's sorting all that out.
I thought it was like Results, because it was like RSVLTS, which looks like Churches, the band, with a V instead of a U. And then my friend was like, I think it's our friend BJ, was like, you idiot, it's Roosevelt's.
Dummy.
Because he's got a bunch of Results. I said Results again. He's got a bunch of Roosevelt shirts.
It's so tempting. All right, here we go. Let's get into it. Let's do jury duty. Uh-oh, hang on. Right here.
Court is now in session, so put your phone down and pay attention. Before we call the bailiff over to whip your ass, you're now on jury duty with the News Junkie.
Jury duty brought to you by the one, the only Mo DeWitt of the DeWitt Law Firm. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. 866-CALL-MO, 866-CALL-MO, or go to justcallmo.com. He is the absolute best, and he's ready to help you. So after that accident, you pick up the phone and you dial 866-CALL-MO. This is a lot cringe. The NYPD has announced this week, the New York Police Department, that they have a dance team. That's right. I know. You've been waiting for it.
Thank you for your service.
Yep, you've been wanting it, and now here they are, the NYPD dance team. Why do they need a dance team? I am not exactly sure, but they had them on WPIX, and they had a whole show. Here they go.
And the knee pads.
Like, there's a bunch of ladies that have NYPD jerseys on. And
Wait, are they
all
law
cops?
enforcement?
They are not law enforcement. No,
Oh,
I don't believe so.
Okay.
No. It says somebody said defund the dance team, which is pretty funny actually. They said we're not looking for professional dancers. Some of us have never danced before. Some of us have danced our whole lives.
Can see that.
They said several people online were saying this was absolutely stupid and a complete waste of time.
Is
which
this
I can
where we
understand.
announce that the NYPD dance team will be at Just Okay 8?
That's right. Bring them out on stage. They said taxpayer dollars given to the NYPD are not used for the dance team. But
Okay, where's the money coming from?
they don't specify exactly where that's coming from right now. But they got moves.
Somebody says even their dance team is out of shape. Spectacular.
Man, that's a decision right there.
I mean, it could be that
okay.
they're just getting together to exercise and they do one of those like dance exercise things. But
Let's do a couple more practices before on the news.
the
Okay?
fact that they have to put it on the news is like, what are we doing here?
I mean, they flat out said this is the NYPD dance team. The Alabama Supreme Court ruling that is very important and also super weird that we need to explore is coming up. Plus, 2 things that you're doing with your iPhone that Apple says, please stop doing this. I don't know why everybody does this, they say, but please stop doing this with your iPhone. What is it? You may have done it. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Your 30 seconds of airtime awaits. The Talkback feature on the free iHeartRadio app. Follow Real Radio 104.1, tap the microphone, and speak.
The right lane is blocked due to an accident on State Road 408 westbound at Goldenrod Road. Authorities are clearing up an accident on Orange Blossom Trail northbound near Lee Road. The right lane is blocked. Travel with caution through there. And on I-4 this afternoon, you could expect delays through the city westbound between Parr Street and Robinson Street. If you see any traffic troubles, please call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Mattress Firm. Don't miss huge savings on better sleep during Mattress Firm's President's Day sale. For a limited time, shop in store to score a Sleepy's Queen mattress for only $89.99. That's over 60% off and the lowest price ever. So hurry in today. This deal is only here while supplies last.
Find your new career. The Florida Jobs Now Job Fair, March 13th at the Orlando Science Center. More info at fljobsnow.com.
For more information about contests on this station, go to realradio.fm/rules.
This is Daytona, the heart of racing, the soul of speed, and the only place in Florida to witness the adrenaline-pumping, awe-inspiring spectacle of Supercross. Daytona Supercross, where champions are made, legends are born, and the biggest names battle it out under the lights at the world center of racing. Don't miss it. The gate drops Saturday, March 2nd. Secure your tickets and trackside access today at DaytonaInternationalSpeedway.com.
Hey, homeowners, Russ Rollins here to talk to you about something serious. Your power bill. Last summer was tough, but this year could be even worse. So don't wait until the last minute to get protection and savings from solar power and backup power. Solar Source has a new pay-as-you-go solar package that lets you start with an affordable base system and add solar panels over time. Plus, their pay-as-you-go battery backup is awesome, and it lets you add critical backup power as you go. Schedule a free consultation at solarsource.com/monsters. Get ready for a stress-free summer.
Did you know your life insurance is an asset you can sell? I'm Jay Jackson, CEO of Abacus Life. For almost 20 years, Abacus has been purchasing life insurance policies from seniors just like you. And at abacuspays.com, we've created a free policy value calculator so you can find out the worth of your policy in just seconds. There are no fees and no obligations. Get real value from your life insurance when you need it with Abacus. Learn more at abacuspays.com.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Today, we're the largest injury firm in the world, and I'm thankful to you for trusting us all these years. We'll always be here for the people, not the powerful. We'll always be here for you. Morgan & Morgan.
Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
I'm still going for it, even with higher stroke risk from atrial fibrillation and a regular heartbeat not caused by a heart valve problem. Over a 3-year study, Eliquis apixaban tablets reduced stroke risk better than warfarin, and over 97% of Eliquis patients did not experience a stroke. A first stroke occurred in 2.9% of warfarin patients versus 2.3% of Eliquis patients.
Don't stop taking prescription Eliquis without asking your doctor. It may increase your stroke risk. Eliquis can cause serious and in rare cases fatal bleeding. Don't take Eliquis if you have an artificial heart valve, abnormal bleeding, or antiphospholipid syndrome. While taking, you may bruise more easily or take longer for bleeding to stop. A spinal injection while on Eliquis increases risk of blood clots, which may cause paralysis, the inability to move. Get medical help right away for unexpected bleeding, unusual bruising, or tingling, numbness, or muscle weakness. Medications such as aspirin products, NSAIDs, SSRIs, SNRIs, and blood thinners may increase bleeding risk. Tell your doctor about all planned medical or dental procedures. Learn more at Eliquis.com or call 1-855-ELIQUIS.
In this week's Marketers Report, Dana Nussbaum, Executive Vice President, Worldwide Marketing at Warner Brothers Discovery, weighs in on regional audio marketing.
Although we're marketing at a very broad scale, it does include specific local markets, and that's the beauty of iHeart's network.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia gives marketers access to the audiences, influencers, and data you need to grow. If you're a marketer, go to iHeartResults.com.
Think orange for your next vehicle. OrangeBuickGMC.com. We are professional grade.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because clients and character matter. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Join in on the chaos. We eagerly await your dispatch. This is...
Yeah, this is, well, it is allegedly true, according to the Alabama Supreme Court. This is from The Hill today, and this will have an impact on a lot of things for a lot of people. It says,
I love this one.
Alabama Supreme Court has ruled that frozen embryos are children.
Oh,
they're
congratulations.
Like little frozen kids, I guess.
Without a heartbeat, but okay.
Under state law and subject to legislation dealing with the wrongful death of a minor, stating that it applies to all unborn children regardless of their location. So if it's a frozen embryo, it is a child. I guess it would have to be a dead child, right? I mean, it's not clearly not a live child.
Kidsicle is what they call it.
The court issued this majority decision in a lawsuit brought forth by a group of in vitro fertilization patients whose frozen embryos were destroyed in December 2020 when a patient removed the embryos from a cryogenic storage unit and dropped them on the ground. Okay.
So one crazy person led to entire legislation?
Yes.
What's a patient?
Can't we just up the security a little bit?
Yeah, what's a patient doing in the cryogenic container?
It says a patient removed the embryos from a cryogenic storage unit and dropped them on the ground. The plaintiff subsequently filed 2 lawsuits against the facility, the Center for Reproductive Medicine, alleging that the clinic had violated Alabama's Wrongful Death of a Minor Act, which applies to unborn children. So they're saying like this person who dropped these kidsickles actually killed kids because the embryos had the potentiality to be a live human child at one point. The plaintiffs also alternatively alleged negligence on the part of the clinic. Now, hold on, let's stop for a second. Like, clearly something has been...
one clinic that changes the entire state's laws.
That's how it works. Yeah, all you need is one case before any kind of state Supreme Court or federal Supreme Court. That's how we build laws in this country. And that's why a lot of like activist types will go out there and they'll try to create cases where there are none to try to get major change done. Like an example is that that bakery that wouldn't do custom cakes for the gay couples, and they knew that they could buy cakes. They knew that they could go to any other cake baker, but they went specifically to that cake baker because they knew that the person was going to say no, and they could start another case and say that there was discrimination, and then they would get some, change that would be enacted by the state Supreme Court or the United States Supreme Court, or national Supreme Court. But clearly there's been somebody who has been wronged here. Like, if you have your embryos at a storage facility and somebody destroys those embryos, somebody has taken something from you, right? I think we could all at least agree on that. The question would be, like, what is that thing and what is the damages due? When you say that these things, when the court rules that these things are children, that's where things get a hell of a lot weirder. It says the plaintiffs also alternatively alleged negligence on the part of the clinic and sought compensatory damages, though the claims of negligence were specified to be only pleaded if Alabama courts or the Supreme Court decided frozen embryos were not children. So they said the defendant's motion to dismiss the lawsuits were granted by a trial court that found a frozen embryo did not fall within the definition of a person or a child. The court also ruled the plaintiffs could not proceed with their calls for compensatory damages, yada, yada, yada. In its decision, the Alabama Supreme Court did not address the question of whether, here's a new word, extrauterine children should be treated as human beings. I don't know how you're going to do that. How do you give a kidsicle the rights of the rest of us human beings? Great
question.
I'm not sure if you can do that. That might be a little too difficult to enforce. The relevant statutory text is clear. The wrongful death of a minor applies on its face to all unborn children without limitation. This is just another battleground for abortion because people are like kind of weirdos when it comes to abortion.
Mind you, frozen embryos is extremely expensive.
Oh, of course.
Yeah. So I wonder, like, is that going to have a huge effect on the Alabama frozen embryo industry? Is this going to have an effect on Plan B? And is that available? Because moment of conception, that must be a baby now in Alabama.
But this is related to when they actually freeze the embryos, though. So
once the embryo is made, they're considering an embryo.
Yes.
Child, right?
Right.
So frozen or not, child with rights.
The Alabama Supreme Court, yes, is the one that's saying this.
So I'm saying, is that now going to have an effect on everything else when it comes to what would
I don't
be
know,
considered an embryo?
It depends on if there's state or federal law that would say that you can't destroy an embryo, right? Like that would be how this would be sorted out. And then you would have to, if you didn't like that, challenge the state law. This is what has happened in the United States because the Supreme Court knocked this down on a federal level because abortion was a granted right under the idea that it was a right to privacy issue, which was kind of weak law, but it just held in place for a very, very, very long time. And the Supreme Court, which has more folks who are leaning to the right than the left, decided, no, we're going to knock this down because it's bad law. And that sent it all to the states. And now the states are in sort of this weird disarray, depending on the politics of the state. California, you don't see a damn difference, as everything's exactly the same. New York is the same way. But some states, if you've got more elected Republican leaders, they're doing a bunch of stuff like this. But that's not to say that these people didn't have a gripe. Like BDMX Con says, one was a family that stored embryos before the wife had a necessary hysterectomy. Now they'll never have kids, right? Like clearly, they have a gripe with these people here.
I understand that completely. I'm all about your right to, store embryos for future use. Mm-hmm. And you find yourself in, remember Sofia Vergara and her estranged husband, right? And the big battle with that because they had embryos when they were married.
I think you might be confusing embryos and eggs. Like the embryo is like when
frozen embryos with her. It just like this seems to.
Yeah, but that's a fertilized egg, right?
Yeah.
An embryo is a fertilized egg. So it's not like just a fertilized egg within a woman. It's you've matched the two up and you've created the embryo and frozen all of the embryos. So the idea there that is if you implant the embryo somewhere and give it long enough to cook, it could become a child after some time. Or, I mean, God willing, for some people that would work.
Right.
It doesn't always.
Yeah, it's weird that it says that they went with the wrongful death lawsuit and not just damages. Because, I mean, if you pay a lot of money, like Sabrina said, for these, and I know this because I've been read some of the prices for going through this procedure, and it's extremely expensive, and they keep them cold as long as you need to, and then So somebody goes in and drops a bunch of them, and now they're not viable anymore. I would go, hey, this is damages as in my money. Do they think they're getting more? Is it more money for a wrongful death? And they're like, let's make some waves here, or was it really like a religious kind of battle?
Well, I want to know more about this, and I'll look it up during the break. The patient, because they didn't say an employee, they said a patient that removed the embryos from the cryogenic storage unit and dropped them on the ground. And what does drop them on the ground mean? Does that mean like accidentally drop them on the ground or intentionally destroyed them? Or there's a lot of strange things about this case.
Oh, yeah, no. It says, according to the lawsuit, a patient at the Mobile Center for Reproductive Medicine wandered into the clinic's cryogenic nursery. How is that possible? And removed several embryos. And the sub-zero temperatures at which the embryos had been stored freeze-burned the patient's hand, causing them to drop them on the floor, killing them.
Well, that sounds like absolutely neglect by the facility that was storing these.
Yes.
That sounds like they set this up so these people lost quite a bit in the name of these embryos. I just don't agree that an embryo is a human. I mean, I'm pretty kind of set in my ways on that. Some of you are weirdos who think like the moment of conception is this magical moment, and that if you squish that thing, you're a murderer. I fundamentally disagree. I think a person becomes a person when they have a conception in some way of life, when they have a reality. And this doesn't occur until at least like the second to the third trimester, where you have a level of self-awareness. Maybe not on the level you might think about it, like you can't see, you're not putting shoes on and walking around and talking to people. But there's sort of like all the things in your brain to form a conscious are there at that point. It's not there when you're a frozen embryo. That's not, a frozen embryo doesn't have a conscious experience. It's not experiencing the world like the rest of you and I are. Okay, let's switch on to something entirely different. Apple is telling you to stop doing two things. It's not helping you out. And I know almost for sure that at least some of us have done two of these things, if not only one of the things that Apple is telling you to stop doing right now. The first thing, and raise your hand, just admit it if you've done it, Apple is officially warning users to stop putting your wet iPhones in rice. They're saying, do not do it.
I tried to do a full laptop once.
In right, like but people who swear by this, I know people who have done that for sure.
It was seasoned rice as well, so that did not help.
Oh, no. You want to do like the unseasoned, uncooked rice, I think. You're supposed to put it in there and it's absorbing all of the water from your phone. But now Apple says don't. They said putting wet devices in a bag of rice could allow small particles of the rice to damage your iPhone. And they recommended against using all kinds of other things like using an external heat source to dry the phone or sticking a cotton swab into the connector. None of these things are good ideas.
Sorry, do they instead recommend bringing them to the Genius Bar and shelling out a whole lot of money to dry all the parts or
well, it'd be
replace
real nice.
something?
Be sweet of you to do that, wouldn't it? They're not doing so well over Apple. They're about broke over there. Really, really poor these days. They're only $1 trillion company. And the other thing is, and I am definitely guilty of doing this, I will say, oh, God, my phone is like slow and my battery is just dying so fast. Oh, I know what it's time to do. Time for me to start getting rid of all the background apps. You know, like, you know, when you flip up twice on your phone and it shows you all the apps that are running when you scroll. So, like, if your phone is activated and you flip up twice with your thumb, it shows you the other running apps, and you can push up on them to cancel them again and again and again. And I do this all the time. I'm like, let me close out every active app on my phone right now. Clearly, that is going to make the phone run faster. And they're saying, no, it's not real. It's a waste of time. Doesn't make your phone go any faster.
They want all the apps to run?
They said you got to leave them up. They said it's a mythical ritual of iPhone maintenance, but it
because
doesn't
they have
do
to
anything.
sell the data. Remember, they've got a quota.
It could be these are conspiracies, but they're saying the key misunderstanding here is that force quitting an app is different from turning background app refresh off. Turning background app refresh in your settings is the most surefire way to address all these problems. So that's what they say to do, like actually in the settings of the app itself. So those things don't work anymore, everybody. Just forget doing them. When we come back, they're going fast, real fast, and you need to know what's happening. What's going fast? That's what we're going to talk about next. That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is on Threads at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Lowest prices on the highest quality jewelry. GoldsmithJewelry.com.
Watch out for heavy delays due to an accident on State Road 520 eastbound between Colonial Drive and Macon Parkway. Authorities are clearing up an accident on Orange Blossom Trail northbound near Lee Road. Travel with caution through there. And the right lane is blocked on State Road 408 westbound near Goldenrod Road, exit 16. See traffic troubles? Call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Direct Auto. Direct Auto Insurance is for uncompromisers. With a super low down payment, you can stop compromising and keep driving. Get a free quote at directauto.com. Down payments vary, does not mean savings. How you buy can affect price. National General Group, Winston-Salem.
This earful of Real Radio is brought to you by JustCallMo.com.
Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com.
Vibrant, delicious, fresh, fun. That's the kind of high quality you can expect when you dine at Agave Azul Cocina Mexicana. Family owned and operated since 1998. Agave Azul Cocina Mexicana brings a highly stylized restaurant with a high energy vibe and flavorful menu that brings traditional and modern elements to Central Florida. Experience authentic Mexican cuisine at a location near you. Check out our menu at AgaveAzulCocinaMex.com.
Well, hello there. Join me at Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino to celebrate a new era in gaming. With live craps, roulette, and sports betting now available to go along with the biggest selection of slots in South Florida. Plus, all your other favorite table games. Complement your night with my award-winning fine dining and casual fare options, lively bars and lounges. Or catch your favorite A-list entertainer at Hard Rock Live. Discover your rhythm today. Go to hardrockholly.com. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, please call 1-888-ADMIT-IT. Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino.
If you're hiring, it can feel like you're trying to find a needle in a haystack. You can hope the right person comes along, or you can just use ZipRecruiter. And now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. In fact, ZipRecruiter has helped a lot of business owners find their needle in a haystack, like Marco, president of operations at Telly Tires and Auto Centers. Because Telly Tires has grown a lot in the last few years, Marco needed to hire everyone from a receptionist to a store manager to a head mechanic.
ZipRecruiter helps me find all the right people, even the most difficult jobs to fill. ZipRecruiter helps me keep my business running.
Take it from Marco and millions of other businesses who've used ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter can help you find the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/RADIO. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire.
I'm getting vaccinated with Prevnar 20, a Pfizer vaccine.
So am I, because I'm at risk for pneumococcal pneumonia.
If you're 19 or older with chronic conditions like asthma, diabetes, COPD, or heart disease, or are 65 or older, you are at increased risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Ask your doctor or pharmacist about Prevnar 20, pneumococcal 20-valent conjugate vaccine. It can help protect you against pneumococcal pneumonia in just one dose. Even if you've already been vaccinated with other pneumonia vaccines, Prevnar 20 may help provide added protection. Prevnar 20 is approved for adults to help prevent infections from 20 strains of the bacteria that cause pneumococcal pneumonia. Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you've had a severe allergic reaction to the vaccine or its ingredients. Adults with weakened immune systems may have a lower response to the vaccine. Side effects include pain and swelling at the injection site, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138 or visit Prevnar20.com.
The Arnold Palmer Invitational, presented by MasterCard, returns March 7th through the 10th. Follow your favorite PGA Tour pros as they go for glory. Score a high five at the White Claw Fan Deck. Get groovy at Throwback Thursday, presented by Corksicle. Or embrace your inner foodie at Wine and Dine on 9, presented by Kendall Jackson. For a premium experience, try Orange Grove, complete with all-inclusive food and bar service, including access to the storied Bay Hill Clubhouse. Visit ArnoldPalmerInvitational.com.
In this week's Marketers Report, we learn about the value of local influencers in uncertain times from Allison Griffin, head of marketing at State Farm.
The economy is tough for everyone, and taking a step back and understanding the pain that your customers are currently going through because of a tough environment is really important. We have 19,000 agents across the country, and they understand what's going on in those very unique communities. iHeart has such a broad broadcast reach that is local, connected, and for us to be able to touch customers with a local feel but at a national scale is so efficient and important for us.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia gives marketers access to all, from national to local, every audience, live conversations, trusted influencers, and the insights and data you need to grow. Not just a media company, iHeartMedia is your access company. If you're a marketer, go to iHeartResults.com.
Hey there, it's Russ Rollins. I'm talking to all the homeowners out there who are tired of staring at their cold swimming pools. It's time to stop wasting money on a pool that you can't use. With Solar Source, you can enjoy your pool year-round like I do. Top 5 things Solar Source customers do after solar heating their pools? Well, spend time with your family. Go nighttime swimming. You got movie nights in the pool. You got water workouts and much more. Friends of mine, friends of Russ Rollins, can save big money when scheduling a free consultation today at solarsource.com/monsters. Don't wait any longer. Start enjoying your pool again with Solar Source.
Are you a business owner, CEO, or responsible for marketing? If you are, iHeartMedia can help you reach your goals and find new customers. We reach more consumers in your target area than anyone else. And we can give you access to those potential customers more cost-effectively across radio, digital, podcasting, and social. We'd love to show you how iHeartMedia can work for you. From your cell, dial pound 250 and say keyword great results. That's pound 250 and say great results.
Did you know your life insurance is an asset you can sell? I'm Jay Jackson, CEO of Abacus Life. For almost 20 years, Abacus has been purchasing life insurance policies from seniors just like you. And at abacuspays.com, we've created a free policy value calculator so you can find out the worth of your policy in just seconds. There are no fees and no obligations. Get real value from your life insurance when you need it with Abacus. Learn more at abacuspays.com.
History is beautiful, brutal, and often ridiculous. Join me, Ben Bullitt.
And me, Noel Brown, as we dive into some of the strangest stories from across the span of human civilization in Ridiculous History.
Whether we're exploring the accidental invention of hold music,
or how people used to rent pineapples, join us to hear the many ways history can be oh so ridiculous.
Listen to Ridiculous History on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you find your favorite podcast.
Forever hovering over life's great dump button. You're listening to the
Once again, that we had these really strong winds way up in the atmosphere, and planes were flying at like 800 miles an hour plus again, some like up to 850 miles per hour, which, if you don't know, you're generally going like 500, high 400s maybe, and you would be, I believe, breaking the sound barrier at some point there, but you don't, because it's the wind that's carrying you to that sub or post sound barrier speed. This is sort of like a weird phenomenon, but it happened again. It says, amid a storm in the Northeast this weekend, winds over the mid-Atlantic region helped to propel airplanes to more than 800 miles an hour ground speed on Saturday. The National Weather Service, serving the Washington-Baltimore area, said the wind speed in the jet stream was 265 miles per hour, the second highest ever measured since the 1950s. The resulting tailwind led to one Virgin Atlantic flight landing 45 minutes early.
Nice.
That's nice.
One American Airlines flight hit 840 miles per hour, they said. And they said while both flights' top speeds surpassed the speed of sound, the aircraft did not break the sound barrier. Although its ground speed, a measure that combines the plane's actual speed and the additional push from the wind, was greater than the speed of sound, it was still moving through the surrounding air at its ordinary cruise speed. It just so happened the surrounding air was moving unusually fast. I get it. That makes sense, actually. Because you're not going the faster than the speed of sound. though you're technically in air that's making you go faster than that. That's kind of weird, but I guess that's the way it works.
Like, obviously, I think the pilots would know that they're going much faster, but
I have
turbulence a lot more, or they're just flying through that bad boy too.
I've been in both situations where we had incredibly strong headwinds, and it took us an hour longer than expected for our flight to land. Because if you're going, imagine you're going 550 miles an hour on a flight, and there's a 150 mile an hour headwind coming in, you're losing that speed. You're losing a whole bunch of that speed, so you're not going nearly as fast as you anticipated you would, so you get there slower. And I've had that happen, but I didn't even notice it. I didn't feel it at all until they said what was going on. And then I've had it when we had the wind with us and we were going much faster. And again, you don't feel what's happening necessarily.
I would be
at
curious
850 miles an hour they did, but I don't know.
I would be curious how much they feel it in the air, like how much the pilots would feel it, because you don't have a whole lot of things when you're up in the air that's close to you to see whiz by.
Yeah. You
like
can't
if you
get
were,
an idea.
If you were on like I-75 and you were going 60 miles an hour versus 120 miles an hour, you would feel it because everything is going past you a lot faster.
Yeah.
But like if there were nothing, would you feel it?
Well, it's weird because I went on that train that goes under the Channel and goes from England into France, and that thing zips, buddy. Like that train is fast. And we were on it for a while.
But after the initial like acceleration, and maybe it puts you back in your seat a little bit, like when you're in a Tesla and somebody balls to the wall and goes 0 to 60 in a couple seconds. That feeling, you're like, oh damn. But after that, like, I don't know that I would notice.
That's what I'm saying. We were under the Channel, like underwater for a while. So you just see pitch black and you don't know how fast you're going. But then the moment you come out the other end and you start to see things like cows and windmills and random things that are flying by, you go, oh my God, we're booking it right now. And it's like you could have a glass of ice water next to you and it wouldn't even shake. The trains are that smooth.
Scariest part of that is like knowing how fast you're going and something gets in front of you, and that's how fast your bodies will fly forward.
Oh yeah. You don't want a mattress on the tracks. You don't want to run into anything at that speed. That's no good. Meanwhile, the police are now warning people, stupid people mostly, that if you have an Apple Vision Pro headset, walking around in public, crossing streets the old-fashioned way, well, it's a bad idea because it can be a bit distracting. And they said there was a video making the rounds online that saw a pedestrian with the Apple Vision Pro walking amid the streets of downtown San Diego. And they said, we're all for exploring new dimensions in technology, but remember the importance of pedestrian safety. Keep those virtual experiences on the sidewalk, folks. So if you want to wear your Vision Pro in public, I guess you have to stay on the sidewalk, and you can't cross any roads because that gets.
The fact that they give that advice is really baffling.
That's a sign of the times. That's what's happening out there. People are wearing those things and wandering around. It's bad if you wear headphones and go by the train tracks. It's real bad if you wear the Apple Vision Pro and go near any of that stuff because who knows if you're experiencing things the correct way.
Okay, it should be the sound should be going through spatially, spatial awareness.
I guess so, and you're spatially seeing the things in front of you. But
what wasn't the point of the Google Glass to be like places in public and look around and have it put like points of interest and stuff like that?
That's what they wanted you to do. But do they want that with the Apple Vision Pro? Do they foresee people wearing these things and going around in public? I know they are.
I don't know. I've seen some pictures of the way people have been, and this probably wouldn't as much interest me. The way people can watch sports with it. There's all these like accoutrement to just watching the feed of the game. Like they would have in front of them the game, right?
Yeah.
And then above it, they would have their own scoreboard. Just like that's a separate app that's got it's ingesting information from the game. For the F1 races or NASCAR, they have a virtual track in front of them that shows where the cars are.
Oh, like
and
that.
like little points of interest around that. Like that looks cool. But there was a guy that did. He was interviewed in a story, or maybe it was his own story, and it was just his own experience, where he said, "Here's why I tried watching the Super Bowl on the Vision Pro, and why I ultimately didn't finish the game in it, because it's like I can't a game like that where everybody watches together and you're at a party. He goes, I felt incredibly rude just sitting around my friends and just going, no, I'm gonna be in here. You guys, I see you, but I'm here.
Hard to socialize with a Vision Quest Pro on. It just doesn't come natural.
Unless 3 people have Vision Pros.
I'm sorry, Vision Pro. I want to put that Quest in there so bad.
You're not the only one I've heard other people do it too.
Vision Pro. Got it. Won't screw it up again, probably. Will, but fine. All right, let's go to a couple of dispatches real quick while we have time. Number one, this one. Here's Dingo77 talking about those jets.
I don't think the pilots are going to notice as much as ground control and air traffic control with these planes doing 700 plus 800 mile an hour. Because I'm sure they have to report in like every 100 miles or something as a milestone to say like this is where this flight is and radio in. And I'm sure that the tower like has to like relay that information back to them. And I'm sure it's like bragging rights for these pilots.
You're flying right now.
I'm sure it changes
to get
everything
going
too.
like that in one of these commercial airliners. Good for them.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Wouldn't that change the whole schedule of people landing?
It could. Yeah, absolutely. Because like they said, one flight, they made up 45 minutes, I think, right? So if you're supposed to land at the airport and you land 45 minutes early.
Yeah, if that gate's not clear, you might be on the tarmac for a while.
That could be bad, yeah. And we've had that happen before. And it was, I forgot what airport we were at. We might have been in New Orleans, or maybe we were landing here. And when the plane landed, we landed, they're like, we're about 20 minutes early. I'm like, yes, all right, we're here 20 minutes early. But then the plane was just driving around on the tarmac forever. And you go, oh, that's right. They don't have a gate. You're there so early, there's no gate that's ready for you. There might be another plane at that gate. Or the gate is just not prepared to take on the flight. So you might get there early, but then there's nothing you can do about being early, which kind of sucks. And let's do one more real quick. Here is Guitar Slinger. He's talking about the fertility clinics. Hello?
Okay, we're going to wait for the lines to light up if you play this one.
Okay.
I look at it this way. If you truly believe in God and you try and you can have a baby. And C Lane, you persevered. Going to a fertility clinic to ensure you have a baby is much like if you want to go get a dog get a dog. I know, don't start comparing babies to dogs, but listen to me out. You can spend a ton of money on a pedigree dog, which is going to cost a lot of money and be very expensive to maintain. Or you can go down and pick up a rescue, which is far less expensive. So go adopt.
Bro, what?
I know. Crazy.
We're talking about like mutt babies. He's
Yeah.
like, go get,
I think he thought that would be a lot more controversial than it ended up sounding. But I mean, he's saying like if
I don't know, it sounded a little controversial to me. Where he's like, if you can't get your own babies, go get those ones down at the pound, and they're less upkeep. You don't have to put as much effort into it. Maybe you guys didn't take it that way.
In this case, adopting a human is very expensive. I don't know how much more expensive or how much less expensive than IVF, but
all expensive.
I mean, Lexi was $100. I know that. So that
right. Bargain at any price, though, right? Okay, quick break. When we come back, we'll do the final dispatches, stories that didn't make the cut. And today, I learned to wrap everything up for a Tuesday, even a share the show one. And that is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is the Jim Colbert Show.
I got 2 rows of teeth right now. You don't want the nub photo. My mom's nubs fell out, and I saw my mom's nubs, and they're rough.
You don't want to see the nub photo.
Ross saw his mom's nubs.
The Jim Colbert Show, weekdays at 3 on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Cool Today Weather Center, cooltoday.com.
Here is your midday weather update for Central Florida. I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Brooks Garner. Hope you're having a great day today, this Tuesday featuring bright sunshine and temperatures warming up into the upper 60s, which is still technically below our normal. The typical high this time of year, 76, but few complaining after a cold and rainy weekend. This is a chance to regroup. Tonight we cool down into the 40s, then tomorrow back to the 60s. Our next chance for rain is Friday with a couple of showers. For the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Brooks Garner.
This report is sponsored by Rasmussen University.
I had so many dreams, but life quickly got in the way. Then
Rasmussen University saw my true potential and gave me the support and confidence I needed to become who I am today. Rasmussen University. Learn more at rasmussen.edu/Florida.
Committing to saving for 4 years of college can be stressful for families. Not to worry. Florida Prepaid has a plan for you. The reality is, most parents don't cover all of their child's college costs. A Florida Prepaid 1-year university plan lets you start small and add a year at a time as your budget allows. With the lowest prices in 10 years, plans now start at just $34 a month and are 100% risk-free, so you can never lose your investment. Plus, any amount you save today means less debt for them tomorrow. Florida Prepaid open enrollment is now. Find your plan today.
If you're hiring, it can feel like you're trying to find a needle in a haystack. You can hope the right person comes along, or you can just use ZipRecruiter. And now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. In fact, ZipRecruiter has helped a lot of business owners find their needle in a haystack, like Marco, president of operations at Telly Tires and Auto Centers. Because Telly Tires has grown a lot in the last few years, Marco needed to hire everyone from a receptionist to a store manager to a head mechanic.
ZipRecruiter helps me find all the right people, even the most difficult jobs to fill. ZipRecruiter helps me keep my business running.
Take it from Marco and millions of other businesses who've used ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter can help you find the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/RADIO. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire.
Moms, we all wish there were 2 more of us just to get through the day. Preparing lunches, snacks, dinners. We've all got a lot on our plates. That's where Fresh from Florida comes in. They have hundreds of recipes that make mealtime quick, easy, and healthy. And shopping for locally grown produce is a snap. Just look for the Fresh from Florida logo. When it's almost dinner time and you have to be 3 places at once, go to the one place that counts. FreshFromFlorida.com. There's sunshine in every bite.
This is Monster Jam. Witness big air, 2-wheel skills, backflips, and all-out racing. It's the only place to see the world's best riders tear up the dirt in your favorite Monster Jam trucks, like Gravedigger, El Toro Loco, Megalodon, and more. It's big-time fun for the whole family. Monster Jam, as big as it gets. Coming to Camping World Stadium March 2nd. Brought to you by BKT Tires, Great Clips, Circle K, your local Ford dealers, and Morgan & Morgan.
This is Jeff Kaufman from the Injury Law Firm of Kaufman Lind and the Under Oath podcast. Here's some more free advice. After you get into a car accident or experience any other injury, you cannot imagine what the insurance companies will do to fight your claim. They will go through your social media accounts, including Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, or any other site you post on. They will use photos of you smiling to suggest you were not injured, that your life has not been impacted, all to avoid paying your medical expenses. Be careful when you post online. It's not if, but when you get into an accident. I'm attorney Jeff Kaufman. Contact me at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546.
I'm getting vaccinated with Prevnar 20, a Pfizer vaccine.
So am I, because I'm at risk for pneumococcal pneumonia.
If you're 19 or older with chronic conditions like asthma, diabetes, COPD, or heart disease, or are 65 or older, you are at increased risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Ask your doctor or pharmacist about Prevnar 20, pneumococcal 20-valent conjugate vaccine. It can help protect you against pneumococcal pneumonia in just 1 dose. Even if you've already been vaccinated with other pneumonia vaccines, Prevnar 20 may help provide added protection. Prevnar 20 is approved for adults to help prevent infections from 20 strains of the bacteria that cause pneumococcal pneumonia. Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you've had a severe allergic reaction to the vaccine or its ingredients. Adults with weakened immune systems may have a lower response to the vaccine. Side effects include pain and swelling at the injection site, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138 or visit Prevnar20.com.
The free iHeartRadio app has over 100 commercial-free stations, like the Beatles Now and Then. Just search Beatles and listen now on your free iHeartRadio app. Free never sounded so good.
This year, Dell Technologies wants to help you do amazing things with their best tech. For a limited time only, save on select next-gen PCs, like the XPS 13 Plus, powered by Intel Core processors, and more. Save now at Dell.com/deals.
On a constant quest to stay calm, like that bear in the hammock.
The Cut. And today we're going to wrap everything up for a Tuesday. And thanks for hanging out with us. We do appreciate it. It's not overlooked that without you, we can't do this here. So we do appreciate you doing that. We want to get into these final dispatches momentarily because those have been sent, and we might as well play them back to you. Have you guys followed what's happening with Breakdance Dad at all on social media, or is this escaping your feeds at the moment?
No, on my FYP.
All right.
Is it
Big one.
what it sounds like?
Well, it's this young girl who's a writer in Hollywood, and she's been going viral with a bunch of her TikToks. And she posted one about her dad, and she was like, tell me a time when something traumatic happened to you, but it was genuinely very funny. And it went super viral. And then her dad, who's like this kind of interesting, very rational character, decided to respond to her viral video. And it's something. Let me see. I want to see if I can get to the part where he starts watching her video, because her video was a good story. All right, I think this is him getting into
million likes, 20,000 comments, 40,000 bookmarks, 30,000 reposts.
That's Dad on the right.
It's just insane. So I thought I'd better watch this video.
Bitcoin shirt.
And frankly, I was pretty chagrined by what I heard, to say the least.
Chagrined. To say the least, I'm chagrined over here.
I have never. My dad did that. I don't know what I would do with myself.
I don't think I've ever heard the word chagrin used without being preceded by much to my.
Much to my, yeah, that makes more sense. I don't even know if it made sense the way he said it. But he is upset a little bit. He's also happy with the video, too. But he plays her video here.
Honestly, the more I watch this video, the more I like it. Well, I like about 98% of it. However, I do need to correct a few statements in the video. But first,
is this his entire video?
He's 96.
No, he plays her video, the TikTok that started this all, and he lets her tell the story, it's a pretty great story.
Video, and then I'll give you my comments.
What's a piece of trauma that you have that's funny? It has to actually be funny. I'll go first. My dad abandoned my family when I was 5 years old. That is a wife and 4 kids. He abandoned us and then pursued amateur breakdancing.
All right.
Some more context is needed here. Needless to say, I will talk about this in a moment.
Okay, Dad.
All right, let's continue with the video.
And he got really good. He blew up. He became a D-list celebrity status, viral breakdancer. He became the oldest active breakdancer in the world. Then he got on Good Morning America and talk shows, and Washington Post wrote about him, and he went super viral, and he did all these interviews, and he danced with Paula Abdul.
But he abandoned his entire family?
Yeah, well, that's what she says. Here he is.
Yes, 60 years old.
Pretty damn good.
It's not too bad for a guy who's 60. And she said, Dad abandoned the family and became a breakdancer.
You know what I'm kind of offended by? The fact that, he abandoned his family to go be this viral breakdancer, but they still called him Breakdancing Dad.
Right.
So, are we still allowed to go by Dad if we just told the family to piss off so we could go focus on our breakdancing career?
Well, he says that he didn't actually abandon the family, and he said that he paid $5 million to her mother, and he answered everything. He seemed like a nice guy.
$5 million will take care of that for sure.
Well, at one point, and she said he didn't take care of her health bills, and he said that was not true as well. But at one point, he said, "Let's see if your old man still has it. Do you think I could still breakdance?" And he starts breakdancing during the video, the newer one that he did.
Oh, let's see. I'll give it a try.
All right, okay, Bitcoin man.
Let's see how
is he sponsored by Bitcoin?
This guy's so cringe. He's got a Bitcoin flag in the background
and then a
lot
of weird
shirt.
Plants too. It was the same with his first shot on the couch. It was just random plants and Bitcoin.
Honestly, young lady, did you want him around the whole time?
Look at this guy. He would have bothered you nonstop. Let's see what he's got. Nope. Oh yeah. Better than I could do so far. Right there. You can do that.
No, you can do that.
I can do that. Yeah, I could get that. Bouncing around a little bit. All right, now he's hitting the ground, spinning. That I don't know. I don't think I could do that necessarily.
No.
But I can tell you, if my dad made this video,
it's the elbow pads for me though.
Oh,
does he have a head pad?
He had a helmet, but I don't know if he has one on here. He just has a hat. But
I love that this girl goes viral for this story, which is very particular, and then he still just rips the rug from right under her.
Yeah, he said, I want to go viral too.
I want to go viral. Let me, I need to clear some things up. Let me put on my finest Bitcoin shirt and clear the record.
You know what else we have to say? Right. This is red flag city here. The dad who posted this, he has not a shared email account with his wife. He has a shared Twitter account with his wife.
New wife, not mom.
Yeah, new wife. Not abandoned family.
She a breakdancer too?
Doesn't say. It just says Ben and Wanda Hart is the name on the Twitter account. So they're using that together.
So this sounds less like, they say if you have a shared Facebook, you're like, oh, somebody cheated. Who cheated? Mm-hmm. This sounds less like that and more like we don't really know what Twitter is, so we just signed up for it as a family. Or
she doesn't want him to abandon her and go back to the breakdancing.
The breakdancing.
I think she's safe.
Could be some built-in fear there. There they are. You'll see those folks out there as that goes viral this week. And right now, let's get into our final dispatches for this Share the Show Tuesday. Here's Bald Death Dealer talking about formal wear for me for Fritz's wedding on Friday.
Hey, News Junkies.
Hey.
So Sean should totally get a Barong Tagalog for any other future formal events.
What?
BARONGTAGALOG.
Barong Tagalog? I have not heard of that before this moment in my life.
Is it shirts? You said?
Hold on. Barong. He's Tagalog. I thought that was
You're about to see some weird ass porn.
He was spelling it.
Oh, hang on. You want me to go back so we can spell it for you? All right, let me go back just a moment or two so we don't miss that.
BARONGT or any other future formal events. BARONGTAGALOG. It's formal dress from the Philippines.
Oh.
And it's
a puffy shirt
for black tie events.
Look at this, Celine. It's literally the puffy shirt.
Long sleeve shirt, traditionally made from pineapple fiber. But
I don't want to be a pirate.
Pineapple fiber.
Other
it makes you horny.
Of textiles. But it just goes over a plain white shirt.
It's weirdly see-through.
Dress slacks.
Yeah, I'm not using that.
Dress-up shoes, too.
Thank you. Appreciate the tip, but I don't think I could pull that off, number one.
It's not as puffy as the puffy shirt, but it's weirdly see-through, and it just seems like if you or I put one of those on, that they would be like...
So that's a no, David. Sorry.
Doing a little appropriative, a little culturally appropriation-y.
I'm fine with appropriating the cultures. I'm cool with that. I just can't pull it off in a way that is going to work. People will go, that is a nerd wearing something that he shouldn't be wearing. I'm a PC is talking about kids.
People say that about you all the time.
Okay, so
no, they don't. No, they don't. How dare you? This is about kid sickles.
Okay, so does this mean the facility now has to separate frozen eggs and frozen sperm until they're ready to be used? So then that way they don't get in trouble for that?
I don't know.
Electric bill's going to be insane.
It's got to be insane anyways, right? At one of those places where they have to keep that stuff frozen all the time, and I imagine they have like pretty big storage containers for the embryos. I don't know. I just think that would be pricey to keep those things at the temp they need to be at. One more. Here's Chelsea Welcy.
You think anybody ever just throws a Diet Coke in there for 5 minutes just to kind of
bring it down?
Yeah.
Get it nice and frosty real quick. Here's Chelsea.
Hey, Junks. Happy Tuesday. Share the Show Tuesday. So I'm a little behind on the podcast. So some of the most recent episodes I heard were about law enforcement, first responders using lights and sirens to get through traffic and then turning them off.
That's an
and
old
they say because the call got canceled, So yesterday I'm driving to work and I see a fire truck get on the on-ramp on 75, lights and sirens, and as soon as they're on, they just turn them off. And so I pass it, go off to my exit, and I see that they come on my exit, and I was like, I wonder if they'll turn on the lights and sirens. And sure enough, they turn on the lights and sirens, blew through the red light to get past all the backed up traffic, and as soon as they got onto State Road 200, they turned them right off. And I checked the engine, and it was engine number 20. Why am I on my way to work today, and I see engine number 20 go through their own red light, lights and sirens on.
I don't think the firefighters are running the lights like the cops are. The cops can do it so easily.
Engine, number 20, running lights, and it's not funny.
Oh, hey, look, it does actually work.
Firefighters can do whatever they want. Come on.
Let's, that's your rule, not mine. Let's do the stories that didn't make the cut. Let's do that. Let's see what's happening out there before we wrap everything up today. A new device uses eye tracking technology to identify if a child is on the autism spectrum, they say. This is from Autism Speaks, and they said most kids in the U.S. aren't diagnosed until they're close to 5 years old. Most of them in their teenage years are all self-diagnosed as autistic, and they just go, nope, just trust me, I'm super autistic right now. Now they say that there's actual technology called Early Point, E-A-R-L-I, capital P-O-I-N-T. It tracks a child's eye movements while they watch other kids socialize. And they said children with autism might appear more interested in hand gestures rather than a human who's making them, or objects like jewelry. So if their eyes wander, it gives them a clue as to what is going on. All right, let's get the hell out of here. That'll have to do it for today. Let's do Today I Learned.
The following information may make you feel smarter, but will not actually increase your IQ. So don't get cocky. Now it's time for what we call Today I Learned.
It is Today I Learned for a Tuesday, February 20th, 2024. Today I Learned this movie series right here.
Friggin' Seabiscuit.
No.
It's Johnny Depp.
Pirates of the Caribbean. That's right. Pirates of the Caribbean is indeed correct. Keira Knightley was only 17 years old during the filming of Pirates of the Caribbean, The Curse of the Black Pearl, and Love Actually, a movie that she was involved in. Being just a teenager on the set with all the pressures and all that nonsense.
Didn't she just get married in that movie?
Yeah, I think possibly that was the case. And yeah, I don't know how old the dude who was with her, the actor, was. What's his name? Who was in Pirates of the Caribbean? It's her love interest.
Orlando Bloom.
Yeah, Orlando Bloom, who is still with Katy Perry, question mark? This is all hard to keep track of.
They have a child or something.
Today I learned Julia Butterfly Hill is an environmental activist who lived in a 1,500-year-old California redwood tree named Luna, just like Sabrina's cat. It was 180 feet off the ground. She lived there for 738 days, all to prevent Pacific Lumber Company from chopping the tree down. After 738 days, her efforts were successful in saving the tree. Look at that. She won. Today I learned this character right here.
Piggy, Porky Pig?
Porky Pig is correct. Piggy Pork is also acceptable. Yeah, both of those work. The original voice actor for Porky Pig was fired due to his stuttering whilst playing the character, which is strange and ironic considering Porky Pig stutters as a character himself. Joseph Tapley Doherty is the original voice. He died in 1978. He was Warner Brothers' Porky Pig, starting with I Haven't Got a Hat back in 1935 through Porky's Romance in 1937.
Porky's Romance.
That sounds like a Porky's movie follow-up, huh?
Yeah.
And finally, today I learned this guy.
Pull up to the scene with my
2 Chainz.
That's right. Not 1 chain, but 2, and not T-Boy any longer. At 84 years old, a Harvard professor, Tom Lehrer, was approached by rapper 2 Chainz to sample his 60-year-old song. Lehrer granted permission. He said, I grant you permission to do this. Please give my regards to Mr. Chainz, or may I call him 2. Searching this, I realized I did not know many 2 Chainz songs. So here we go. Hey, thank you so much for hanging out with us. We do appreciate it. We're back tomorrow, same time, same place. Missed any of the show? Get the podcast at thenewsjunkie.com. We'll see you next time.
I paid $1,000 for my sneakers. Jay told you $100K for a feature.